to play bad cop?
Nah. Good cop and bad cop left for the day. I'm a different kind of cop.
I don't want to do your dirty work no more. I clicked the wrong intro. It's okay. Everything's still the same. I just missed my Don Draper moment.
After his behavior this week, I don't think he deserves a moment.
Shame.
We'll get to that.
Yeah, we will. I almost sent a few gifts this weekend about my thoughts on these episodes. But we're here. Season 3, we have made it. Just to let everybody know, we're working behind the scenes. We're kind of deciding. We'll discuss more, but we have some blueprints laid out for our future episodes. So that's exciting. Mark, how are you? How was your viewing experience? Season 3, we're already here. 13 episodes in. We're booking.
Yeah. This was pretty good. This was pretty good. I mean, I was excited for my stuff. But the other two, the other two actually turned out to be pretty good too. I forgot. Sopranos had some really good moments, and The Shield definitely picked it up for the finale here.
Yes. Matt, how was your viewing experience this week? And how are you?
Doing good. You know, it was like Mark said, these seasons ended strong. All three of them, I thought. So I think it's going to be a good talking points. It's nice to have 3 shows that, at least as of this moment, none of them are just like we're just like dreading talking about. So we haven't gotten to season 4 or 5 yet. So we're still doing good. Hopefully we won't get to that point. But yeah, Cody, what was your viewing experience like this week?
Thank you so much, Matt. Again, best person on this panel by far, and it's not even close. It's really sucking when there's only two people in the competition and one never wins. Anyways, I had a great time. I would say this is the best collection of season finales that we've had, probably in the show history of the show, because Oz was always dragging ass behind.
It was always a letdown, unfortunately.
It was a letdown, or we were mad, or we were pissed off, or we were like, oh, God, why did that have to drag on? So overall, it's better, I think. But I'm really overall great. I don't know how I'm going to fluctuate next week when I have to go back to 3 episodes of my show, because the last 2 weeks I've only had 2 episodes. I'm like, oh, this is easy.
I don't have that problem.
Last week I had a stroke to doing my my first episode of the last season. This time I took more detailed notes. I don't think my stroke will happen. It's hard doing Last of Us and then that, and trying to keep them both. I'm doing 2 different shows, but we're gonna start with The Shield. We're gonna wrap up season 3. We'll rank them all, and over under if Matt bet if Matt falls asleep during this episode, because this is later than when we start normally. So we'll find out. He says, I can stay up as late as 1. The man's dying to go with that pillow. He wants that pillow so bad at this point. But
good thing he's going first then. All right.
He'll be snoring by the end of
the things we do for an audience.
There we go. All right, take us.
All right, so we're going to start off episode 13, Fire in the Hole, which started out with one of the longest previously ons I've ever seen in any show ever. It was like 2 minutes long. Pretty much recapping.
I even stopped there. I was like, wait a minute, is this a flashback? What is this?
Yeah.
I'm telling you, hey guys, just on the record, if you don't want to watch season 3 of the Shield, and you just want to watch the last 3
just watch the last 3 episodes, you'll pretty much be okay.
Just start on episode 13. It will literally tell you every beat that you missed.
You'll just miss out some Aceveda.
When we had Aceveda and Claudette yelling about the promotion, I was like, that was years ago. What are we talking about?
Oh yeah. So our episode actually starts Vic showing up at the house. Apparently, Matthew accidentally started a fire in the kitchen. Thankfully, no one was hurt.
Autism strikes again because in the early 2000s, there's no bigger.
It may just be bad guy of the week. We'll see. As Vic is able to kind of sweet talk the firefighter, and he doesn't really investigate it. Corey and the kids are going to stay with Vic until they get the house fixed up. Then we go to Lem visiting Tavon. Tavon's awake. He remembers fighting with Shane. Then Lem goes back and tells the strike team about that. Vic tells them that it was his call not to tell Lem and Ronnie. Shane kind of storms out because that was the whole thing about Vic told Lem about the whole Shane and Tavon thing. Lem then tells Vic that they should have never taken the money. So he's kind of all still stressing out about all that stuff. Then we have the strike team's surveillance operation make some headway when it catches a member of a biker gang of the Horde trying to do a deal with the Spook Street Soldier gang. Aceveda brings in Claudette to help the strike team with this investigation. And we find out that Waylon, Trish, and the Decoy Squad are already undercover working the case. Because they
do not want to work with Claudette.
Yeah, they're looking into them for making the child pornography. And like Cody said, they do not want to work with Claudette at all after all that history.
The Ring in this California child pornography is outrageous.
If we're learning anything in the show, is keep your children away from California.
Two things. Autism is real.
Yeah.
And possibly a terrorist group in some way. They don't know how to handle it. And there is child pornography rampant in California that no matter how scary bald man shows up, they still do it.
I mean, every time they solve the case, they're like, whatever, big deal. We'll be up again in an hour.
You cut the head off of it and three more pop back.
Three more kids pop up. Yeah.
And they're blatant in this last three episodes. Like the verbiage that they were using, I was like, my God.
Oh wait, Cody's favorite suck comes back a couple of times in this episode.
It does. Suck. Hit a gun to my head. Suck. Crazy.
But yeah, the Decoy Squad, they're gonna have to work with them on the case, so they're all gonna work together. Claudette's gonna go in actually undercover as a social worker, along with Trish as a mother, trying to let the Spook Street guy use her kids.
Is there a bigger bullshit angle than her? That woman has been on the streets of California in crime scenes for everything that goes down. She is always there, and she doesn't do a thing to alter her. Oh, she puts her hair down
a little bit, yeah, change her voice a little bit.
It's like, God. If you fell for her, she's the biggest narc you've ever seen walk into your place.
Well, she's playing a social worker, so that kind of works out.
That's selling children.
Well, I mean, social workers probably don't get paid that much.
I just love that you'll just go down with the ship on the S.H.I.E.L.D. storylines.
It's going to get easier for me soon, don't worry. So yeah, it works. They end up arresting that guy when he tries to pay up front for making the video with the two kids. And I even got in quotations for Cody here. You ever suck a dick?
Yeah. What the fuck? I was like, jeez.
So they just got that kind of stuck in their minds this season. Yeah. So Aceveda ends up making the guy an offer, a deal if he cooperates. He ends up offering them a guy named Primo. And when they question Primo for doing some bad checks, he eventually tells them about the Horde again, pulling a job tonight, a robbery at the LA Motor Club. And I believe this is another Kurt Sutter episode. Maybe this is where he kind of started getting his toes into the Sons of Anarchy with the whole biker gang stuff.
I had to double check. I'm like, this has to be a Kurt Sutter episode. It absolutely was.
So the biker gang's robbing the place, but they don't know that all the police are out there waiting for them when they get out. So that's kind of the end of that storyline. Danny and Julian show up at a crash site and find that a lot of expensive stolen scotch in the car. Later, Danny observes Lauren and Vic talking about their trip to San Diego, which ends up getting canceled because Lauren calls Vic and says she can't go because her boyfriend was mugged. So Vic asks Danny and Julian kind of go look into that for him. They go and talk with the boyfriend and Lauren, and Danny tells Vic that she thinks that he made up the whole story. It just doesn't sound right, and he's just trying to keep Lauren close. I think she says something about some ladies just like assholes or something like that. Vic tells her that he's lying. Vic tells Lauren that the boyfriend's lying, but she doesn't believe him. And I think that's the end of Lauren. I think we don't see her again. So that's over, thankfully. Taylor, the informant from the last episode, he comes to the barn and offers Danny tickets to a sold-out concert. But she says no. And then when he overhears about the Scotch case, he offers to help locate the stuff. So he goes around with them, and they find the guy who stole all the Scotch. But Danny's just still won't go out with the guy. She won't give him a chance. But yeah. Dutch and Aceveda learn that O'Brien, the guy that the strike team kind of framed for the money with the marked bills, has disappeared and could have possibly been taken by the Armenians, probably because of a leak in the Treasury Department. Aceveda tells Dutch to bring in Vic since he's dealt with the Armenians before. Dutch fills in Vic, and Vic tells the strike team. But Dutch notices when Vic kind of slips up and mentions the bar that O'Brien found the money, which is information he really shouldn't know. So that kind of gets Dutch's wheels turning a little bit. Vic and Lem want to make sure they get O'Brien before the Armenians kill him and torture him to get information about them. Dieger tells Vic that the Armenians attacked the Bislats because they had some of the marked bills, and that goes back to the beginning of the season. I think that was probably in some of the previously on stuff. Vic asks Dieger to help them find O'Brien, which he does. He finds him in a motel. The strike team goes and gets him, and they tell him that he needs to get out of the state in order to stay safe. Then we find out poor Dieger is found dead, and not only dead, tortured, he's missing his feet. So the strike team is worried that the Armenians got to him and tortured him, and he might have told them about them a little bit. So they're still getting more and more worried about all this stuff. Corinne talks about putting Matthew in a home that can better care for him, which Vic squashes that right away. No, we're going to take care of this kid on our own. Dutch finds out that O'Brien had a big winning from a bookie, and he's going to be going to collect the winnings, which Vic finds out about. So the strike team heads over there to try to beat Dutch to it. And when they get there, they find that the bookie and O'Brien are both dead, and they were both tortured and missing their feet. Vic said they need to get rid of Orion's body before Dutch gets there, so they hide the body in a couch and haul it out of there so they can get rid of it. When Dutch and Aceveda show up, they find the bookie's footless body. Vic asks Aceveda to kind of unleash the strike team on the Armenians so they can kind of handle this situation. And Vic tells Shane that they should just give the money to the real estate guy to launder it. They've tried to do it all these other ways, and it's not working. They'll just launder it and kind of take a little bit of the cut. And then the strike team ends the episode by dumping O'Brien's body in an incinerator. Lem is worried that the Armenians know it was them and that they are coming for them. And that's kind of the end of this episode. It's pretty much just kind of an episode, mostly just setting up the last couple of episodes here.
What do they put the one body in?
They put it in a couch, and then they throw the couch in one of the vans.
What liquid is it in? What liquid is it?
I don't know.
Didn't it turpentine?
It's the bookie is in like a bar or something, so I don't know.
Right.
Yeah. No idea. But yeah, it's just floating around there when they get there.
It's there are so many cracks in the there's so many cracks in the strike team that you just like, and Vic is becoming more and more like crazy because he's like, we got to get rid of it. And they just find it in the couch. They pat. They've seen the van before. They'll never think anything. Just put it in the van, and we'll be good to go. What's the other guy? He has bigger moments that happen in the next 2 episodes. The member of the strike team that
Lem.
Yeah, the one that's cracking.
Yeah, the one with the conscience who's getting the ulcers because of all the stress and anxiety, all of this stuff.
Well, yeah, and he learns the truth about
how Shane and Tavon and all that stuff.
Tavon. Yeah. It's just like I'm just excited. It's a filler episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's to jumpstart the rest of it. It's not a bad filler episode. It's just ready to jumpstart it. But let me tell you, like the next 2 episodes are really good. So I'll talk more on those when we get there. Because if I say stuff right now, I'll just spoil that stuff.
Yeah, no, this was definitely solid. I will say, just on this thing, I never watched the what happened last week on the Shield thing. I always just skip it. I was not aware that there was like some prologue, like
I normally do too. I clicked it and I was like, getting situated, and then I was just like, I haven't heard the. What are we doing? Are you taking me through everything? This is ridiculous. Like,
I normally listen to that guy because it gives me time to type out the episode and the episode title, and usually by the time I'm done with that, it's over. But it was still like another minute and a half of it this time. Yeah, it was crazy.
That is good to know. But yeah, it was a solid episode. Definitely setting things up and where we're gonna go. So yeah, might as well. So Matt, get into that.
That's right. So let's go ahead and jump into episode 14, All In. Aceveda and the treasure guy, they figure out who the treasury mole is. Aceveda is told that the mole was caught looking up information on the strike team and that he was able to give the Armenians the names and pictures of the strike team members before he was caught. So that was the Armenians now know the strike team and their names and their pictures, and that they were somehow involved with something. Vic suggests to Corrine that Cassidy stay with him to kind of lighten the load for her. It's like, I'll take the kid without autism to kind of help you out. Vic visits Tavon in the hospital, and he tells Tavon that it was he who started the fight with Shane, and he hit Mara, who was pregnant. He tells Vic that Tavon's like, that doesn't sound right. He's like, I'm going to tell my side of the story. Shane can tell his. And then when Vic tells the rest of the strike team about that, Shane should just maybe have Len ask him, because Len and Tavon, they kind of get along. So they'll get to that. The strike team starts shaking down the Armenian businesses, just trying to kind of just disrupt everything. One of my favorite quotes is Vic just busts into a place and he's like, show us what you're doing and we'll tell you why it's a crime. So they bring in an Armenian accountant, Petros, and his assistant. She tells them that she is paying off her father's debt and that they have her little sister is being held hostage by Margos to keep her working. Margos is a guy who we've been hearing about this whole season, who loves his feet. He's finally going to make a return this episode. Aceveda arrives on the shooting scene of a public defender, Lisa something. Claudia and Dutch explain that she was likely shot after her one-niner client was found guilty. They question a witness who saw her get shot by a black man as he ran away. They go to see Lisa in the hospital, where Corrine, it's a good thing she's at the hospital because she gets to be in the story a little bit more sometimes. She tells them that the public defender had a bunch of oxy in her system, enough to indicate that she's a drug addict. Dutch is worried about pursuing this addiction angle because it will call into question all of their cases that she was involved with, and noted that she was the one that defended Ben Lindoff, the guy that cut off that one girl's arm and killed her. But Claudia insists that if she was high in court, all these cases should be investigated. Claudia arrests one of Lisa's clients and finds out that she was the one that was giving her the oxy. She then gives up her boyfriend who supplies the oxy and wanted to have a meeting with Lisa. He's then brought in, but he denies shooting Lisa. Of course, he eventually confesses to it after Dutch figures out that Lisa owed him $15,000. Claudette offers to help him if he can give her proof that Lisa was an addict. They tell Acevedo about all of this, and he is entirely against pursuing the public defender's addiction. He tells Claudette that it would cost the city millions of dollars and turn the entire police force against her. So I think I pretty much wrapped up that part for this episode. The strike team...
Public defender being high. And then, of course, hey, we should investigate. Fuck off. Well, what if we did something wrong? Fuck it. We were doing everything by the books for a while. Fuck that shit. We're done now. What the? You're bipolar as fuck. You so suck one dick. You suck one dick, and you just break every who you are.
I understand they probably need to relook at all the cases for the people that are found guilty, but what about the people that are found innocent? Are they going to get retried? That would suck.
Good defender. Well, no, it's public defender, so they're just fucking taking pardon deals.
Yeah, I mean, you got a public defender. This is a risk you take. They might be addicted to something. The strike team tells Petros that they are disrupting his businesses. They want Margos, and Petros is like, "Hey, I would love to give you Margos. He has just been ruining my stuff. The big bosses gave him all the power in LA after the money train was robbed." And now he's starting to bring in heroin and stuff. It's just he's being a disruptive force all around. Acevedo warns the strike team that the Armenians are looking for them. Vic just kind of brushes it off. Acevedo tells the guys that they are going to be... and then he goes to tell the strike team guys that they're going to be laundering the money through the real estate guys so that they don't need to worry about the Armenians for much longer. And that he's going to kill Margos himself before Margos can get to them. Dutch tells Acevedo about his suspicions about Vic. And then Acevedo tells him that Vic needs money, so he's been asking for overtime. So I don't understand why you think Vic has all this money. Vic and Lem visit with Tavon. Lem tells Tavon that he treated Mara's wounds after Tavon hit her. Tavon, now hearing Lem say it, Tavon's starting to believe it might be true. And Tavon asks if he hurt the baby. But Lem tells him, no, the baby's fine. Vic tells Tavon just to tell Internal Affairs that he fell asleep behind the wheel. And that's kind of what happened. Just ignore the whole fight with Shane and all that stuff. And then he asked them if they can bring Mara in so they can apologize to her. So feel a little bit bad for Tavon having to do all that stuff. But hey. Acevedo questions Lewis, the money launderer. I guess he's a known money launderer in the area. So Acevedo kind of questions him about the stuff and like, how would I go about laundering $2 million if I happen to have it? And Lewis kind of tells him a little bit of how he would do it, how he would tell you to hold on to it, but keep it close. Acevedo asks Lewis to kind of give the heads up to all the local money launderers that Treasury is closing in on the money train robbers and that anyone helping them should come forward. The strike team arrests the guy getting Margos the heroin and kind of dunks him in a barrel of oil in order to get Margos' location, which when he finally tells him it's only a block away, and you go and see Margos is just watching them torture this guy from a block away in one of the buildings. And then he just grabs the assistant sister and just kind of stabs her right in the back. I think it's like almost near the back of her neck there.
No, it's right in the back.
Yeah.
It's like literally to her spinal cord.
Oh yeah. So by the time the strike team get over there, Margos is already gone and she's kind of bleeding out. So they have to try to get her to the hospital, but they don't make it in time and she passes.
I don't know what I expected our Armenian like main head boss to look like. He wasn't it. I just want that on the record. Like Fabio was not the guy that I thought would be like this ruthless killer. Doesn't mean he can't be. It's just was like didn't expect him.
Yeah, because he was in the first season. He was like in an episode, and he was the one that like killed the guy in the cell or whatever, and then he ends up just escaping, jumping out of the back of the van, going 35 miles an hour, his hands handcuffed on his back.
All right.
Yeah.
I forgot all about that. Yeah. Just thought he was a crazy guy.
Oh yeah, and he just happens to be Kurt Sutter, like as Mark and I say, one of the writers of the episodes goes on to create Sons of Anarchy. So,
wow,
yeah.
Right.
Danny and Julian arrest a woman for passing out Aceveda flyers in front of a store, causing a scene. They haul her in. Aceveda thanks her for her support, but says, "I only need your vote." So, which deeply offends her. All that she's been doing for him, and that's all that he has to say. So later in the episode, Danny and Julian return to the same store where the woman is now arrested for protesting Aceveda in front of the store.
Yeah, that's how he thinks. That's how he thinks for 12 hours a day.
Yeah.
Down with him. Down with him.
Yeah, Julia and Danny kind of got the short straw these last few episodes.
Yeah.
This whole season, really. Vic meets with the real estate launderer who tells him that he can't help him right now, and he's acting all fidgety. Vic is worried that he might be wearing a wire, and he just like, "I don't know what you're talking about. Don't talk to me." And he just walks out of the restaurant.
I'm an officer, and what you're saying is illegal. I'm like, you sound like you're suspicious.
But when you read it back in a court transcript, it won't sound that bad. Mara tells Shane that she doesn't want Vic in their lives anymore. Shane tells her that isn't going to happen, and she needs to be okay with it. Aceveda shows up at their place. Mara rushes out. Aceveda asks Shane about a storage locker that he rented with the name Cletus Van Dam.
Why would you use a fake name? I don't know, because in case you found it.
It made Lem laugh, so hey.
You mind showing me what's in it?
Yeah. Aceveda's like, hey, can I see what's inside that? And Shane, of course, he already knows that the guy's already moved all the money out of there. So it's like, oh, okay, here's the key. The strike team then meets up. Vic tells them that the money launderer won't help. And Shane tells them that Aceveda asked about the storage unit. So now all the guys are freaking out. Vic tells the guys they need to move the money against night. So they're going to have Lem be the one driving the van. After Vic and Shane leave, Lem steals Ronnie's phone so he can't contact them and locks Ronnie out of the van, and he just drives off with the money. So Vic and Shane end up picking up Ronnie, and Vic realizes where Lem is going, but it's too late. By the time they get there, Lem has already burned up most of the money in the incinerator. Shane threatens to shoot Lem if he doesn't stop. Lem tells them that they are the only family that he has, and he doesn't want any of them to go to prison. They all tackle him and fight him as he's trying to just chuck money in there. But yeah, they end up subduing him finally, and pretty much all that's left is one trunk of the money, as they're all just laying there, just like, it's looking pretty bad for the strike team right now. But
which
yeah,
I know is fucked up. But he's so smart. Like, there's no way that they're going to be able to continue the life that they are with the money. It's always somebody's always going to be on them for it. If they spend it, they're going to be looked at funny. I understand what they did and had to do without it. Mm-hmm. But he's like, well, that won't solve anything. Without the money, there's nothing to convict. And he's not wrong.
I mean, there's nothing to convict, but the Armenians are still coming after you.
I mean, that's my main thing. Like, if the Armenians why can't I say their name? The Armenians capture them.
This is your second of the night.
If they capture them, they have nothing left to trade. Oh, sorry, guys, we burned all the money. I guess I'll give you some IOUs.
You think Vic gets caught? He's given the money.
I mean,
no.
Why not? I mean, like,
but they're going to be torturing them, asking where the money is. It's like, oh, we burned the money. He's like, oh yeah, right. Where's the money? I'm going to start.
Well, I agree. They're in a fucked up situation. We all agree that the money term is a stupid idea, and now we're down this path. We can't get away from it. We're fucked. So what are we gonna? I don't know. But I'm telling you right now, whatever they're doing ain't working. It ain't gonna work either. So I don't blame him.
No.
Like,
his heart's
you
in
guys
the right
don't.
place.
You guys don't listen to me. I'm gonna go down for this fucking shit. If anybody gets, I'm gonna be the one because I can't shoot anybody or do anything. I'm gonna be the one in jail. So
if we've learned anything, Mark, it's that we don't let Cody hold the money.
I'll burn that.
Killed 5 of these guys for nothing.
Yeah, fucking no problem. Bye, guys. Bye, bitch. Yeah, but I overall think it's great. I love the inner problems with the strike team. It gets worse. It gets worse next episode, which is even better. There's so many cracks, and it's like Vic's cracking. You can see it. It's just overall just really good. This show surprised me. It has ups and downs more than in both other shows that we watched, but it's way more consistently up than down, which is impressive. And the moments when
we haven't even got to the good stuff yet.
And the moments I'm frustrated in it, it's just my expectations putting it on the show what I want to happen versus even though they're smart with their strategy. I have no problem.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. Like everything that happens, everything that's going on with the strike team's really, especially since I feel like which technically still was kind of the first, but like we kind of felt like the way they were going, if there was anybody that was going to crack and kind of do something nuts, it probably would have been Shane. And I like how just kind of in the span of like an episode and a half, they just turned it around completely and they made it Lim, which is really neat, especially when it's something where, I mean, I guess technically he's right, but everybody's going to be against him, like just immediately for doing this thing. So all that stuff is good. Although, even though I do kind of like the story, it is like as far as the Corinne stuff, it is like this is part of like some stuff from like procedural shows that like I feel like The Wire has kind of ruined.
Whoa! Hold on. You said procedural show and Wire in the same sentence.
That didn't mean I was calling The Wire procedural. I'm calling these other procedurals that are on the show.
Matt, I'm not asking you to
Wire,
pick side. I just want to say
The Wire is not a procedural.
That's at least a point in my opinion.
He did say the 2 words in the same sentence.
Thank you.
That doesn't mean anything.
I don't know. I can't say what his intent was.
Listen, I don't care if you're having a stroke or not. A point's a point. Thank you. In your head, you're probably up 99-1 anyways, but let me tell you that's not the case. But I just want that on the record because you're a baby when it comes to using that word.
Listen, in my head, whenever we talked about Omar's death, I thought like there's some crazy man who's just wrong for 20 minutes. I don't know what's going on.
You want to watch your fucking tone when you talk to me?
So someday Cody will come around on that one.
Nah, never. Speaking of Omar.
Oh, yeah.
He makes an appearance.
We'll get to him later.
Oh. But yeah, anyway, a cop going around trying to overturn convictions, yeah, that shit's never going to happen. Yeah. Or like Corinne's getting transferred to the pawn shop unit by the next episode. Like this is not something that would play out like in a normal police station.
Yeah, the Claudette stuff has been crazy these last couple episodes.
It seems very like I don't know if you guys feel this way, but I definitely feel this way. Aceveda is the most wishy-washy character in this entire show, but not with justification.
Mm-hmm.
It's just whenever the wind blows, they decide to pull what side of Aceveda wants to come out. Yeah. Always with Vic. Fuck Vic, not doing anything for Vic. Vic's a bad guy. Oh, back to Vic's like, oh, I can cover for you here. Claudette, let's work closely. Fuck Claudette because she's doing it against. It's just like he has these morals and values that they try to present you on the show. And then week to week, they give you the Men in Black like thing and be like, "You forgot all. Well, fuck that. That's not who you are anymore, buddy." It's just weird. Not that it's bad. It's just if I want a consistent villain.
I think
he's the villain of the barn because he puts everybody like when they were playing that cat and mouse. I think season 2, maybe season 1. I don't know which. that was like hunting each other down. Like that was fun.
Yeah.
Now they're like friends, but they're not friends, and it's just like it doesn't even feel like keep your enemies close. Like it doesn't even feel like that. It just feels, oh, this episode let him have on Vic. This episode let him release, and it drives me crazy.
I kind of like what they did with Aceveda because, like, in any other cop show, it would have been Vic versus Aceveda for like 5 seasons. But they're like, we did that for the first season. If we keep doing that, it's going to get boring. So then the second season, they kind of have like this uneasy alliance where they're kind of working together a little bit. And then the third season, like, he understands what Vic is and how he gets results. And then they give Aceveda his kind of own storyline where he kind of gets to grow a little bit as a character and deal with some stuff on his own. And then once he gets through that, now he's kind of back. I mean, they're like, hey, he's about to go to the city council stuff. We just got to kind of just go along with him for a couple episodes. They don't really, they kind of dropped the ball because they did such a good job of establishing and that episode where he just dealt with the one guy. And then it's like they just didn't know really what to do with him for the last few episodes. But yeah. So that'll bring us.
Yeah. Whatever. It's not, we can bring it up later. Go ahead.
All right, so that brings us to our season finale, episode 15, On Tilt. Danny and Julian respond to a call of a woman causing a scene outside of a shop. As Andre 3000 says, he sprayed a hoe with a hose because she was working the corner outside of his comic book shop. Danny and Julian are kind of worried that he's going to get himself killed messing with the prostitutes and drug dealers outside of his shop. They end up having to return later in the episode when he's being assaulted by a drug dealer because he was filming him doing a drug deal outside of his shop. Danny and Julian end up talking to Aceveda about the situation, and he tells them just organize a sweep for the block. We'll just go push it down to the next block. And eventually we'll just keep doing that, and maybe it'll clean up something. Aceveda also gives Danny a promotion for all the fine work she's done this season. The sweep goes well. They end up arresting a lot of prostitutes and drug dealers. So that's kind of their story for this week. We have the guys from the strike team minus Lem counting up all the money that's left. I think it came to about 195,000, or I think they said about 65,000 for each of the three of them. Shane made it sound like, well, I guess Lem's cut ended up being about 2 million.
Yeah.
Vic and Corrine talk to Cassidy, kind of just let her know that she's going to be staying with Vic for a little bit. Vic tells Aceveda that Margos is expecting a huge heroin delivery. He also talks to Aceveda about him kind of asking around Shane and looking into his storage locker. And Aceveda kind of tells him that Dutch was the one that kind of came up to him, kind of asking some questions. So Vic then goes and confronts Dutch about what he told Aceveda and told Dutch that he's back on his shit list. The strike team raids an Armenian home. They tear the house apart looking for the drugs. But one of the Armenians kind of onlooking tells Vic that Margos already moved all the heroin out of there. And that Margos has an offer for you, that he will end the war if the strike team helps him move all the heroin out of the town. The strike team obviously thinks it's a trap, but they have no choice. They need to figure out a way to kill Margos. Lem says that he's going to take some time off and put in for a transfer when he gets back. But Vic asks him to wait until they take care of the whole Margos situation. They stake out the meeting place and find Margos' spotter, who they go and get him and question him. He tells them that it's a trap to kill them, but Margos isn't even there. So they take care of that. Aceveda brings in the assistant district attorney to talk to Claudette about looking into the drug addict lawyer. They just tell her to drop it. But Claudette's still going with it. She talks with Lisa's roommates. But the roommate doesn't want to ruin Lisa's career or reputation because I think she's still in a coma. She's not dead, so who knows what could happen there. Claudette ends up getting all of Lisa's files from another public defender, and Aceveda tells her that she's committing career suicide, And Claudette goes to the prison, talks to one of the prisoners from one of the cases. He says he's innocent. Aceveda tells her that she's pretty much lost the captain position because she just kept digging into this when everyone told her to stop. Even Vic isn't going to help her look into any of this stuff. Dutch, of course, he's got her back in the end. And they end up finding enough evidence about one of the cases. So it actually gets the assistant district attorney kind of start looking into it.
She walks in and goes, yeah, bad case, blah, blah, blah. He now forgets. Look into it. Like, just her cockiness.
Oh, yeah. And Claudette pretty much tells her, hey, if you don't look into these cases, I'm going to take all the information I have to the press, and we'll let them look into it. So that's kind of that. Meanwhile, one of the officers brings in some kittens that were rescued. And by the end of the episode, there's just the runt of the litter is left, and Dutch decides he's going to adopt it and name it Claudette.
Wrong.
Now, we don't know if he's going to this is his way to seek atonement for what he did, or
he's killing it.
As Cody said, maybe he's got a taste for the.
He's going to drown it. He's going to drown it. He's going to drown it 100%.
He's going to raise the cat up, and then he's going to kill that cat again. Like, it's just going to be a vicious cycle.
He probably killed the mom. It's probably full circle. Everything's just down the block in this town. Like, they're so close to everything. So.
Yeah. So Dutch asks Aceveda about Vic, and he tells Dutch that he didn't find anything, and he should probably just drop it at this point. Vic asks for more help for the strike team, but Aceveda tells Vic that the special teams are kind of getting phased out. And that if Lem leaves the team, it's pretty much the end of the strike team. They'll pretty much be disbanded. The strike team end up breaking into a house, but there's a guard dog. Although they do some trickery, and Lem is able to trap the dogs in a couple of rooms, so they're able to look around.
They Sidney Prescott it.
Yeah.
Close enough doors, and you can get it. If you get through doors, you can survive anything. So they end up locking it away.
Good strategy. They find the location of the heroin and call for backup. Lem ends up throwing up blood from his ulcer, but he's still on board for killing Margos. They raid the warehouse and find a whole ton of heroin, but Margos isn't there. So Vic comes up with the idea. He makes it look like one of the Armenians is working with the cops. And Vic gets a message sent out to Margos setting up a trap for him. Margot shows up at that house looking to kill the guy who he thinks is working with the cops. But instead, Vic finds him there. Vic tells him to drop his gun. And after he does, Vic shoots him and kills him. Vic tells the lady with the dead sister that Margos is dead. Then she starts having sex with him, at least until she starts crying, which kind of spoils the mood a little bit. And the thing is, Aceveda, he ends up like going to pick up a prostitute, and then he shows her his badge, which she tells him, "Oh, that only just gets you a discount." But he just tells her to he doesn't ever want to see her on the street again to get out of his car. So I'm not sure exactly what that was supposed to be. If Aceveda is just kind of starting to
he's testing lifestyle too.
Yeah. He's
one's becoming a serial killer, the other's becoming a wall-breaking horn dog. Pornography by season 6, 100%.
I mean, I was hoping to get some clarification on why he was visiting the prostitute here. I guess that was the point. None of us were supposed to know.
I think he's just kind of struggling with who he is right now at this point, but ultimately he couldn't go through with it. So yeah. Vic tells Corinne that their new arrangement is going to work, but she's kind of a little bit skeptical about it. And then towards the end here, the strike team meet up to talk to Lem. Vic tells him that he can't leave. They need to stick together. The strike team needs to stick together. They can work all this stuff out. But Shane just can't keep his mouth shut. He tells Lem that the only reason they want him to stay is to keep the strike team from being disbanded. Lem gets upset. He leaves. Vic tells Ronnie to go after him, which leaves Shane and Vic just sitting there arguing with each other. Shane brings up pretty much all the points that Mara told him about how Vic treats him. Then Vic says some bad stuff about Mara and how she's just manipulating him. And then Shane talks about how Vic is a bad dad. And then Vic just like gets pissed off at that point, just tells him to walk away. And as Shane is leaving, you see that Vic has his gun in his hand. And like this scene with the two of these guys is some of the best acting, I think, probably in this whole show so far. But yeah, that's kind of the end of the season. The strike team, as we know it, is pretty much over, at least as of right now. We'll have to see what happens in season 4. What you guys think?
Shane's good. Vic's gonna kill Shane. I've seen that face one time before in this show, and it was season 1, episode 1, when he killed the other cop. Vic doesn't have a moral line right now. Like, he has a moral line when it comes to his family, and that's about it. Vic cares about him and himself, so I think Shane is going to meet his demise at some point. Again, this is me speculating. I have not seen this show, so I could be completely wrong. They could ride off into the sunset together. But I feel like the tensions are breaking too far, and I believe Shane is going to push Vic too far. Because Vic already has rage problems. He's shown it multiple times that he can't control himself, so it's going to be interesting where that goes. The writing on the desks and the back and the forth with the Claudette and stuff, I felt just very shoehorned in. Not bad. Overall, I wish it was a slow... They felt very tacked on and rushed. For her going to get the captaincy to not. So it found like, oh, we found this DA doing drugs. Oh, it's this. Now we're looking at cases. Blah, blah, blah. I think it should have been like a slow build towards that, where it like boils over, where they're at each other's throats near the end. Where it would have been more satisfying with her coming in and be like, found this. I'll go to the press, figure it out. Like after like him taking away the captain, it just felt everything was just like, you're no longer captain. You're no longer doing that. Don't do that. Blah, blah. So it felt like, we don't have really anything for the rest of the barn. So let's make it this inner struggle again. So that was just me nitpicking. I think it's still a great episode. I think there's still great moments, like when he's like officer shot at, blah, blah, and like gets out of the house and they pull up and is like, Margos, found him. They just saw you here, so stay here. Like it was just basically how that whole sequence went down. Really cool. I thought it was really cool, but basically that was like a huge cat and mouse at the end, and Vic being there to end him was sweet. But I don't know about you guys, Vic's square off with him, and that overall just felt like I didn't have enough on him to care. Like oh, finally they got him. It was what, like 2 episodes that they were really on the real hunt for him,
because he's kind of been like the boogeyman this whole season. Because even in the first episode, they had the guys with the missing feet and stuff. But yeah, I can understand. It's kind of anticlimactic.
It was the missing feet thing was just like, okay, but it didn't affect anybody. If they would have caught not even if they caught one, but if they did like a member of the barn or something, then keep it personal, keep it close. Maybe that has more of an impact. So that's my thought.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good, definitely. I mean, I 100% like everything that we did with the kind of pulling everybody apart, and pretty much at least putting the strike team on its last legs. I mean, all that stuff, especially how it boils over. I mean, we talked about Cody talked about at some point Vic may kill Shane. I thought we were gonna kill Lem by this point. I was like, yeah, no, we're all good. Come on, we're going after beers. Like no, somebody's gonna get in the back of Lem's car and just give him a pop to the head. And I'm like, okay. I mean, they've done it before, so like, why wouldn't it happen again here? I mean, no, I'm very curious to see where they go from here, just because, especially since. Just because of things I know of, like just seeing tidbits on TV, like I know at some point we're getting certain actors and actresses in for the show for a little bit, I know we're kind of getting to that point. I'm kind of curious to see how they play into here.
Don't spoil shit.
It's been out for like 20 years.
Yeah. Guess what? I stayed away for 20 years. I need you to stay away for 14 more weeks.
It's going to happen next week.
Finally, good. Then we can talk next week. Shut your yap.
But, good stuff. Very, very good into it.
No, yeah.
Oh, you want to go to New York?
All right.
Go in the way, way back machine.
Yeah.
All right.
Go talk about Kennedy.
All right. Try to get through this one a little bit quickly because probably going to spend a little bit of time on that whole season finale. We're going to start off with episode 12, The Grown-Ups. Pete has been told that Kenny is going to be... I mean, they throw a bunch of adjectives at him and like two like weird titles, but like Kenny is going to be the actual like head of accounts. And Pete's going to be the one
What
under...
the actual fuck? I'm not Team Pete at all. What the fuck has Kenny done?
Well,
Kenny hasn't hardly even been in the show.
Well,
yeah, but he hasn't done the bad stuff Pete's done, so at least that we know of.
As Lane says, Pete makes him feel like all their needs are met, but Kenny makes him feel like they have no needs at all. So, you know, as the way I put it, Kenny was just more likable, so they gave Kenny the promotion instead of Pete.
Oh, that's
like, at
fair,
least
yeah.
that's how.
That was Pete's 13th reason. That was Pete's 13th reason.
So, yeah, he's upset about that, so he just goes home early. Peggy has a conversation.
Oh shit! I'm gonna throw another chicken out the fucking.
Be the second best moment of like what happened. Fantastic! I would have loved it. Yeah, Peggy has a conversation with her roommate about Duck as she sees Pete leaving. Roger's daughter's wedding is getting close, and she is starting to have her doubts. And there's also like she had some meetup with Jane, and like Jane was giving her advice. You know, part of it was about trying to like, you know, dress sexy for her husband, which I mean that was terrible advice. I mean, I don't know why she did that, but yeah. And anyway, she thinks about ending the wedding, and they're like, yeah, whatever, just go ahead. And then she's like, fine, I'll get married anyway. So, you know, she gets talked back into it relatively quickly. Pete talks to Trudy, and, you know, he's upset about not getting head of accounts, but she stays him off a little bit because he is considering leaving. She's like, no, wait, no, just stick around. They wanted you gone, though. They would have fired you. So, you know, just stick it out for a little bit more.
She should have opened the door for him and be like, the balcony's right there. Do us both a favor.
Leap.
Jump after that chicken.
Yeah. I mean, she didn't have it.
Here, doggy.
Yeah, Duck calls Peggy at work, and you know, he wants a little bit of some afternoon delight, and she is doing some work, and you know, Kenzie was, you know, smiling the whole time, and then Duck tells her to, hey, why don't you just come up with an excuse? She's like, well, I'll see what I got, and then she tells Kenzie, hey, I gotta go with the printers, and then Kenzie was like, yeah, I'm sure you gotta go with the printers, all right? Is that what we're calling it now?
Back in my day, we didn't call it that.
But no, she takes off. Pete then talks to Harry about trying to move up, since he's trying to figure out ways to kind of be more important in the company. Duck then, before Peggy shows up, sees a bit of a troubling news report that President Kennedy has been shot. He's like, "Oh shit, this is bad." But I don't want to, you know, to bum everyone out, and I don't want to ruin the mood. So I'm just
gonna wait.
Yeah, I'm just gonna shut this
More
sucker
pressing
off.
business is coming up to this room.
I don't mean to be the nitpicker of saying this, but I think it said he was in an accident or he was hurt or something. I don't think they say shot until he turns the TV on again after he done.
News is coming in. Yeah, that's still.
I'm pretty sure the news said.
I think they said shot, but then when it comes back, he said killed, dead. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then he porks Peggy. So go ahead.
Yeah.
Priorities.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm
like,
sorry. After I've just after I'd done having sex, I this news story's been bothering me. I'm gonna go look it up now. Oh, by the way, yeah.
He could have played that a little bit more smooth, like, oh, hey, now let's just turn the TV on.
We just had great sex. By the way, Kennedy's dead.
Sorry. I had to remove my brain fog, but that's out of here.
I'm good now.
Yeah. Anyway, then I go into that Joan. I think it's who gets an argument with Lane. Don. I don't know what fucking Siri didn't get that right. Yeah, Don got in an argument with Lane about not being able to hire an art director.
Siri didn't get that right. How do you do your notes? Do you just talk to your laptop, your iPad?
I just pull out my phone. I click the microphone, and I'll just talk into it. And usually, like, I'll know what it means because sometimes it just spells things wrong, but I know what it meant. But
mine would autocorrect things horribly. That wouldn't work for me.
Sometimes it's a bit of a chore, but we get
Matt
it's easier than
struggles at speaking,
everything.
so that would be a problem.
But yeah, so they get in a fight about hiring art because they still haven't found somebody since firing Sal. News though about the president has traveled pretty quickly. Everybody in the office just rushes to Harry's office to figure out what's going on, and they are not quite there yet. Not that long later, it was confirmed that Kennedy had died, and yeah, of course,
Madman gets another kill! Yay!
Oh, Jesus!
I mean, technically, we'll just count the president again.
If we count a Monroe, we're going to count Kennedy.
Yeah. It's up to 3 or something, right?
Yeah, no, but the news hitting everybody. Seemed to especially hit Roger's daughter because her wedding, unfortunately, was the very next day. So definitely a hit to the ceremony.
What the fuck is, like, I understand it might have been different back then. Who the fuck can't get married just because the president got shot?
I mean, it's like almost having a wedding September 12th, 2001.
I think that's highly different. I think that's highly different. There were planes flown into something. President got shot in Texas.
Loved Kennedy.
President got shot in Texas. Well, you know who didn't? Jimmy Hoffa. Now Robert Kennedy's just a lawyer.
I'm sure he would have had a good wedding afterwards.
They're in New York. Gunman's not. It takes 7 years to get planes. Like, whatever. I'm just sitting there. I'm just like, okay.
All right. Confirmed it. Cody doesn't care about Kennedy getting shot. All right.
We don't care about women, so we're equal.
Well, anyway, Don gets home. He tries to calm the kids down. But they're kids. They don't really know what the hell's going on. Like, so it's like they react kind of how you think kids are going to. Next day, Roger's daughter's wedding's going off, and what do you know? A bunch of people didn't show up. They were like, especially Pete. Pete is like, no, fuck those guys. I don't want to go into work. They didn't promote me, so like, and like. They were talking shit about Kennedy in the office, and like that was enough to get Trudy to not go either. So Pete looks like the good guy there for a little bit, I guess. Of course, the wedding is going off. I mean, I would have loved to go to this wedding. I'll tell you that because like nobody's going. I would have got a fillet and some prime rib. I probably got some prime rib at this wedding. Like that sounds amazing. Nobody had a good time though. Everybody was still real, about the president being shot or whatever, and. Of course, they also didn't have a cake. And, but you know what? It's cool because Henry showed up. And Betty was like, God damn it. I'm here with my my cockblocker husband here. I can't hang out with Henry. So they notice each other. And, it was a bit weird. There's a moment where she's walking out of the restroom, sees both of them standing there, kind of showing that she's got to make a decision about it. She goes home with Don, obviously. Roger calls Joan after the wedding just to see what's up. Like, I don't really know. Jane is also really drunk. She clearly cannot handle any weddings. She just gets blasted drunk every time, like, that cake's being cut. The next day, Betty is watching TV, and what do you know? Oswald's making his walk, and he gets shot. And she's like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
I think deaths in one episode.
Oh, my mom.
And the prior Don was trying to console her like the whole time, saying, "Hey, everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay." And Oswald gets killed. Is like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Nothing's gonna be okay. People just get shot everywhere around." So like she freaks out and just takes off. Says like, "You know what? I got to go for a drive. I got to get out of here." And he's like, "Well," Don is like, "We can go with you." And it's like, "Nah, that's okay. I just gotta do it." And she, of course, goes sees Henry, and Henry says, "I really want to, let's just get together. We're not, we can't stay away from each other. Let's just, I want to marry you. Okay, can we just do that?" And then, Betty seems pretty down for that. We'll say. Pete and Trudy are watching the news coverage, and as they're doing that, she then changes her tune about him leaving, so that makes up Pete's mind. He is now going to be looking for someplace other than Sterling Cooper. Then Betty returns home, tells Don that, "Hey, guess what? I don't love you anymore. I just can't really understand when you tell me everything's gonna be okay. Nothing's okay." So she makes the president's death sort of about herself, but we'll kind of send that going forward.
Oh my! What a spit zone from you scum! Oh, if you guys are even kidding about herself.
Jeez, Betty, let the nation mourn.
Why Don's porking the school teacher down the block? Yeah, now. You should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself. You are awful. If this was Survivor, I'm voting your fucking ass off the island tonight. You're awful.
Mark, bad guy of the week.
I'm thinking about
it. I really debated whether to do that. I'm really glad I did. Anyway, Dawn goes to work the next day and visibly cold to Betty, obviously because she doesn't love him anymore. It didn't take the news super well. Goes into work, and what do you know? Nobody's there except for Peggy, and because apparently Peggy, feels better at work than being in an apartment with half the building or with her mom who just keeps praying. Yeah, that sounds like a bummer. But they go and watch some more cover. She wants to go and watch the news coverage on the TV in Bert's office. Don just wants to be alone with his feelings. And yeah, that is the end of the grown-ups. Happy wedding. Yay.
I mean, Harry's got a TV in his office. I don't know if I'd want to be going to Bert's office.
This seems like the most on the known episode ever. Is like, we're in the 60s. Kennedy's got to die at some point. So let's do Kennedy's episode and make everybody sad. And then the rest, it's fine. It's not a bad episode. I like the episode just fine.
It's just not the main event.
It just takes the players out of it. Like,
I mean, the thing I
Iron
find,
Man, Cap, all this because the Avengers is coming next. Like, that's just where it is. Like, it's fine. It works its purpose. There are some good moments. It's just, it's really centered on Kennedy dying, and this is the second show that we've done with Kennedy dies. It's like, we've seen this before, It's recycled. Am I right? Gosh. Yeah, but
I just think it's really funny how after everything that Dawn has done to Betty, Kennedy being killed was the straw that broke the camera's back. That is the thing that makes her want to leave.
Oh, hey, asking for the class, just anybody can help me out. Just, I don't know. Did anything happen last episode prior to this episode that would make her like
it felt like she was.
Hold on, class. I wasn't asking everybody. Class, I was asking one person. You guys thought. My thing was there anything that happened in the previous episode that would make her, I don't know, not know who her husband is anymore? Was it like maybe he was hiding his entire existence from her? Could that have been?
That was a big straw.
Maybe the Kennedy thing was just like her way out. Because when you're in an abusive relationship, Mark, I know you don't care about the women in the situation. When they're abusive, you don't know how to get out of something. This is how you get out.
So if Franco would have saved Kennedy, he would have also saved Betty and Don's marriage.
No. No, because she opened the drawer before Kennedy got shot.
I mean, I felt like she was willing to stomach through that somehow too. She was willing.
I don't
She
think
was
she'd
able to
made up
stomach
her
through a
mind
lot
either
of
way.
stuff.
She's living with a psychopath. She realizes, like, holy shit, this man had another life, and I just found out now.
I mean,
and then
she
he
found
tries
out
to
then,
use,
but then still had
time. Don could
still
have
had the
moved that
fucking
over.
Halloween
and
diamond.
husband of the year. Like, let's get it, because Betty's a fucking psycho bitch that just does this awful thing. She had her other boy toy in a car parked outside the house, ready to. Oh wait, no, that was Don. Don had the teacher in the car, and he just ran home quickly to escape for a while and just didn't want to talk about it. And you're upset that she decided this was the breaking point? No shit, Sherlock. She's been cheated on, lied to, and literally dating a man named Dick Whitman, but doesn't know that's his name.
Yeah, finding out your significant other's named Dick. I mean, that's got to be a harsh one to take.
Like, if you walk in and find out, oh, by the way, he has a deed to another house. He has all this stuff. Like, why? So don't. You can do whatever you want. You can try to pin this on Kennedy. Yeah. Let me tell you, all of season 3 leading to this. Listen.
I'm just gonna say, she still let him into her bed after finding out he was Dick Whitman. Kennedy gets killed. No, you guys stay in the room in which my dad died. No, we're like, this is over. Like,
I'm not saying
now.
Betty's not bipolar. What I'm saying is she makes rash decisions because she's in a battle whether she loves him or not.
Mm-hmm.
But now she realizes a man dying that the country loved, that they were all invested in, died. Now she notices maybe life is short. And I maybe don't want to spend the rest of my life with the guy that continuously lies to me about everything.
Especially when I got this Henry guy just waiting in the wings.
I mean, I think that's fair. I just thought the timing was weird. That's all I'm saying. Great point.
You know what, Matt? Another point for me, because when I said the life too short thing, he didn't even fucking process that until right then and there. Remember those times where he's in this episode, he's like, I didn't know that was even what that was at. Yeah, we're helping him evolve stuff.
Yeah, like,
always here to help you out, Mark. Always help you.
Listen, I don't know where you guys buy your guns. I don't buy them at JCPenney. Okay, yeah.
What? I thought that was a baby gun.
Well, in the '60s, you probably could have.
Well, yeah, let me tell you, you can't walk into JCPenney and buy a rifle right now. Don't try it.
Speaking of the BB gun, it does make an appearance next episode, so good stuff.
It does. Yeah, let's go into.
You want me to play the Avengers theme? Because that's all I got from this. I literally the team up, the spin, the last shot. That's all I got. I'm like, oh my god, that's Thor. Less muscular, more nicotine, but that's Thor.
Oh jeez.
Oh. Yeah, let's go into the season finale here of season 3. Shut the door, have a seat. Okay, strap in is gonna be a little long one, but you'll get through it. Dawn wakes up in his the guest bedroom, showing him that Betty are not in a good place. Obviously, we just talked about it. Dawn has an early meeting with Hilton, and he woke him up. Says, "Hey, sorry, but I gotta move along here. Got to move my business out of Sterling Cooper because I just heard that McCann is about to buy PPL. Absorb you guys along with them. So that sucks." And Don is like, "Fuck you talking about? Like, what do you mean? Like, yeah, you guys are gonna be a part of McCann. Just found it out right now. Gonna happen after the new year." It's like, okay, like, all right, like, and like you're just gonna go, like you're just gonna come and go as you please. Like, yeah, it's kind of what I do. And like, Don throws a bit of a hissy fit and going at him, and Hilton is like, I don't know, man. Like, I got all this money. Like, that's kind of made me immune to, people like you just kind of whine about stuff they can't have. Definitely throws a great line at him. Was like, I didn't take you for one of them, Don. Like, amazing. Great start to this episode. Don then disillusioned goes into work, and he reminisces about a time when he was a kid, his father and his co-op were troubled about the low selling price of their crop. They wanted to sell it, and even though Don's father was not too pleased, broke up the co-op because of it, and everybody in there left upset. Upon remembering that, he's like, you know what, fuck this shit. I gotta go. I'm just gonna go stir it up here a little bit. Goes into Bert's office, say, hey, PPL is being sold to McCann. Us along with them. What do you think about that? And Bert's like, yeah, makes sense. All that short term thinking is kind of felt like is what they're planning all along. He's like, oh, what do you want to do about it? It's like, well, nothing to do. Like we all got contracts. Like I guess we're gonna go work for McCann. He's like, what? You don't want to fight for it all? He's like, what do you mean? Like we sold the company before. Like it's
We're
done.
rich now.
Yeah, what are you talking about?
And then Don just goes on his thing. He's like, listen, I don't want to play like this stupid rat race the whole time. I want to build something on my own. Like I want to be able to kind of make this company kind of what I want and not like what somebody else tells me they wanted to make.
That's sweet.
It
Phil's about to have a lot more free time on his hand.
I want to point out that Cody said I was the one who's gonna be craving my pillow, and he's over here yawning.
Got fired. I yawn every episode. That's just because of life. I'll be up for another 4 hours after this, probably.
No. Bert, he goes back and forth with Bert a little bit, and like he ends up convincing Bert, like, no, let's see if we can buy the company back. But no, let's see what we can do. Is like, well, we're gonna need Roger, and I know you guys are on good speaking terms, and like let's see like what we can do. So they go and see Roger because he's got American Tobacco, and they even consider doing this movie. They need at least American Tobacco and Lucky Strike, and so like so Bert and Don go and see Roger, and they're like, hey, Sterling Cooper's being sold. The PPL is being sold. Us along with them to McCann. He's like, what the fuck is going on? Like, all right. Roger same isn't really on board. They share some words back and forth about marrying trollops and such, and like Roger's like, nah, fuck that. Like I don't care if I'm useless. I'm gonna make a ton of money on this. It's cool, whatever. And then Bert is like, oh, that makes sense. You want to just go along? That's fine. 3 years you're gonna be dead anyway. And then like Roger's like, I mean, that's not a great selling point, but like, all right. At some point, like they are at least able to get to Roger to try at least to get him to at least try and buy back the company from McCann, see if that works. Don does come home after that day, and Betty says, hey, I'm gonna go visit a divorce lawyer. And Don is like, come on, Betty, we're really doing this? Like, what? Come on, like what? Like what? Like, come on! Like, it's
you
can't somebody knock out like
that?
weekend?
Wait, you were serious about that? I thought you were a joke.
I thought it was just that time of the month.
Jeez. Can't make jokes in this house anymore.
Yeah, so he's got that to worry about too. Then Roger, Don, and Bert next morning confront Lane. They tell them what they know, and Lane is a bit confused because he's like, well, like I know we were trying to sell Sterling Cooper, and I think that was what's going on. Sterling Cooper's being sold to McCann, not PPL. They're like, well, can we still like buy it back from McCann? Like we're gonna offer like 12% over the selling price. And like, yeah, well, no, it's more than that now. It's like, oh, what is it? And Lane didn't even want to tell him, which means like it sounded like Lane made the company a hell of a lot more valuable than like they were expecting. So, a little bit bad on them for doing too good a job, I guess. So Lane shuts that idea down, and they're like, well, fuck, I guess we're going to McCann, and we can approach this another time then. So then Henry and Betty then go to meet with their divorce lawyer. He lays out their options, tells them, hey, I think it's kind of tough to probably get divorced just because like you can't prove adultery. I mean, she hadn't followed. She could easily had proven adultery, but like, I mean, Betty didn't think of that. They then lay out this option of doing Reno. Like you can just establish residence in Reno, get married over there. Don just needs consent. Uh, there's also talk about getting assets, but Henry is like, no, don't worry. I can handle this. I can take care of you guys. It's cool. Let's just get this thing done. Which, I will say that Henry, good guy. If we were doing a good guy, of the week, I feel like, Henry would definitely be like at the top of that list. Not a bad fella, this Henry guy.
Till we find out he's not really Henry.
He's Hank. It's Hank Whitman, a long lost cousin.
That'd be fucking crazy. Anyway, Lane calls Sinjin, say, hey, it's weird. Like these guys, they told me that, hey, I guess they found out that we're selling Sterling Cooper, but they got a little mixed up. They said PPL was being sold along with McCann. And then, the guy from the nanny is like, well, funny you say that. Turns out we are being sold.
I'm going to go marry my nanny and leave the business world.
I don't know what he would be known for other than the nanny, but that is the most like hilarious, like fucking the nanny.
I mean,
poor bastards remembered for that shit. Damn
it. Yeah. But yeah, Lane is like, the fuck, man. Like, what am I gonna do? He's like, I don't know. Like, you'll show them you're good at your job. He's like, what? Like, he's like, no, don't worry, you're good. I'll make sure I'll put in a good word for you. And he just kind of hangs up the phone. And Lane is like, just kind of left in this. I mean, after all the shit I did, like, like whatever.
First they're gonna send me to India. Now they're just like, good luck.
So, then go back in time a bit again. Showing Don's dad getting a bit drunk. He gets an argument with his wife, say, hey, like we need to sell this crop, we have no money. Don's dad was like, no, fuck that, they're gonna get their payday once I get mine. He's like, no, we can't wait that long. And then all in a drunken fever is like, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna go sell the crop for nothing, drive it up to Chicago right now. And then Don's mom is like, yeah, go and help him, like he can't like even walk straight, just get out there. So while they're gathering the horses, we see then Don, I would assume, take his first swig of liquor. Could have been before, but like he's like 8, so there's no way. It'd be weird if he was younger doing that. It's happening through in a rainstorm, and as Don's dad is kind of bending over, picking up some rope or whatever, this loud thunder happens, scares the horse, kicks his dad like right in the head, kills him on the spot. Like, of course, traumatic memory for old young Don. So leads into I guess Don was thinking about that to get at least trying to get a bit more inspiration, because he brings in everybody the next morning, say, hey, Roger, Lane, and Bert, hey, we got to do something. What if we approach McCann about buying the company back? And then Lane is like, no, it's not going to work. Like, they want everything. Okay, they're just buying us, and you were right too. Like, PPL is being sold, so looks like we're all fucked here. We're all like strapped to the same boat. And everybody's getting angry because they know that their future is 100% in McCann. But then a light bulb just kind of goes off in Don's head. It's like, wait a second, you're he goes over to Lane. It's like, you're in charge here, right? Like, you can do anything. It's like, oh yeah, I guess theoretically. He's like, why don't you fire us? You can just fire us, sever our contracts, just let us go. And you just see everybody's eyes perk up a bit. Like, Bert is like, huh. Yeah, like, this is what we do. And then like he has to convince Lane a little bit to go along with it. He's like, what? Like, it can't be done. Like, whatever. Like, it's like can't do anything. And like Don is going, and I just love in that also moment where like Bert realizes what Don's doing, and like the salesman of him just kind of starts revving up the room a bit. Gets Lane to eventually say, you know what? We're gonna do this. We're gonna need some accounts, about 35-ish million or so. Small staff to service them, whatever materials we need for service, and go to everybody. Anybody that we get has to be a certainty. If not, we're screwed, or they'll lock us out. We basically have until the weekend, because I can tell them now, and nobody's gonna see it until like Monday morning. So we good on that? Like, everybody raises their hands, and at that very moment, Sterling Cooper Draper Price was born, and the beginning of, I guess, an office conspiracy, if you will. So everybody, they get their plans going. They try to figure out everybody that they're going to ask. Don tells the secretary, "Hey, we're closing the office down for the weekend, carpet cleaning or whatever." Don calls Peggy in his office. "Hey, Peggy, get in my office." He's like, "Hey, they're selling the company." And he's like, what again? Like, yeah, okay. I need you to come in Sunday, collect your things. We're gonna figure out what accounts we have and get everything we have. And Peggy's like, well, hold on here. I didn't say I was going with you. What are you talking about? He's like, no, Peggy, we're gonna go to McCann. Like, you don't want to go to McCann. He's like, fuck, man, you didn't even fucking ask me. Like, why would you assume I'm just gonna do what you say? He's like, huh, okay. Then I guess I'll ask the other guys then. It's like, yeah, I guess you will. So, she fortunately leaves his office. But next person on the call was Pete. But Pete wasn't at the office. He's at an interview. So they go to his house. And Pete is frazzled by the news as well. He doesn't understand what the hell's going on. But hey, they're like, listen, Pete. And Pete is not in the idea either. He's like, what the fuck? You guys chose Kenny over this. Why aren't you going over to Kenny? He's like, yeah, we'll go to Kenny, if you don't, come along here. And Pete is like, nah, like I want to hear it from Don. I want to hear from Don that, I'm a good guy. And Don basically tells him, yeah, you've been ahead on a lot of things. We need you to help us keep looking forward. And I like basically telling him, yeah, you're good at your job, man. Like, I don't know what else you want me to say about that. So they're able to convince Pete to come along. He's still had the accounts to kind of move in there. So they get him involved in all this. Afterward, Roger and Don go to a bar. Roger tells Don that he knew that Betty was seeing Henry. He brings a divorce, which he gets Don all charged up. He goes and wakes Betty up in bed. He's like, hey, who the hell is Henry Francis? And he's like, well, you don't get to tell me what to do. Like, we're done anyway. Like, I don't have to explain all the shit that you're doing. And Don is like, well, I'm not going to divorce you. Like, I'll fight you. The kids are going to be with me. He's saying all this bullshit when he's super drunk.
And this is like Don's most bad guy moment.
Yeah, although Betty is not afraid of him. Like, I feel like that's how we know, like, Betty is just kind of over it.
Yeah.
He's just like, no, fuck you, man. Like, I know you're not going to hit me. Like, this is just you just, like, going off. Like, whatever. You just get out of here. Like, I don't even, like, she's not even.
Make it somebody else's fault instead of you, so.
Yeah, like, great scene. So, yeah, like, at this point, yeah, Don is now officially kicked out of the house. They are all in Sunday. Pete is in the elevator. He sees Harry in there. He's like, I gotta be honest with you, Harry. I'm a little bit scared. He's like, what are you talking about? They're just cleaning the carpets. And he's like, huh, what did they call you in for? He's like, I don't know. And they walk in, and Pete just announces the room, hey guys, Harry Crane is here. He's like, don't worry, Pete. We're asking him to come in. And then Bert is like, hey, we're starting a new company. PPL is being sold to McCann. We want you to be head of media. How do you feel about that? And then Harry's like, I got to call my wife. He's like, listen, Mr. Crane, like, this is a bit time sensitive, if you will. Unless if you choose to be a mid-level cog in McCann, we will need to lock you into the service closet until Monday morning. Just to let you know. Which speeds up Harry's decision making real quick, because he then becomes on board rather quickly. But they are a bit stumped. They don't know where all these business materials are. Roger's like, I might have somebody for that. Just give me a second. Another guy to go call in on their heist. Yeah, they all note that Don is not there yet. But no, Don is having his an uncomfortable conversation of his own. Don and Betty then finally break to the kids that they are, in fact, getting a divorce. And the kids do not take it very well. Sally thinks she's being lied to again. She runs out. The son's upset. Don also tries to being like, don't worry, it's only temporary. Your mom's not serious about this. Like, and she fixes that real quick. Like, nah, his ass is out of here. Like he'll be here for whatever. So that goes pretty poorly. And then after that, he goes to see Peggy. She's like, hey, listen, I feel like I always see you an extension of myself. I was wrong, but you are kind of unlike anybody else. You kind of have at least the same experiences that I do because you know what it's like to kind of lose yourself completely and then have to put yourself back together again. And that's something that's very rare. I'm going to move on to this new company. And I really like you to be here with me. Um, and she's like, what if I don't do it? You'll hate me. He's like, no, I'll just spend the rest of my life trying to hire you again. Which nice moment.
One of the best lines in any show is like, will you help me? What if I say no? You'll never speak to me? No, I'll spend the rest of my life trying to hire you. It's just like, fuck. Like, yeah, let's go.
You gotta go with him now. Like, God,
yeah, what are you talking about? Where do I sign? Done.
If she can fall for Duck's bullshit, she'll definitely fall for Don's bullshit.
An absolute hook, line, and fucking sinker.
At least Don sounds like he actually means it.
Also,
Anyway, going on, Joan. It was the one that Roger called. So Joan shows up, and she automatically knows where everything is, so they get to work on gathering up all the materials they need. Don then shows up with Peggy, so we know Peggy's in. They're gathering all like the documents and such. They break into the art department. After Don can't figure out the lock, he just kicks it open. They're looking for all their stuff. They gather it, box it all up. Though Bert is a little weary about the movers for not washing their hands, picking up his expensive art. To get everything packed up, moved out. They say their goodbyes to the place. Don's locking up. Roger says, yeah, don't bother, whatever. He also asks Joan to find him an apartment. Says, yeah, it's got to be furnished. And like Joan is like, fuck, sorry, man. Like, don't worry, it's okay. So then we go to the office the very next morning. Don's secretary goes in to his office, sees it's all cleared out. And she yells out, we've been robbed. Best line of the whole episode. I love that so much. Of course, Lane gets a call first thing in the morning. In fact, it's the third time he's been getting a call from Europe. He's like, hey, what's up? What's going on down there, my bro? He's like, what the hell is going on over there? You're firing everybody. All these accounts are leaving. What the fuck are you doing? He's like, oh, I don't know. I think you probably figure it out. He's like, yeah, well, you're fucking fired, obviously. You can't work here anymore. And then Lane is like, all right, sounds good. Hangs up, goes to Hooker. Is like, all right, you send my things in my office. And like Hooker's like, man, what the fuck's going on here? Yeah, I'm sure you can figure it out, man. See you later, man.
I love the scene too where the one guy opens up Peggy's office and see all her stuff's gone. He's like, shit.
I will say that is a thing because honestly, that is maybe the closest thing we get to like real main character deaths. Because when we realize, oh, this is fucking N for Kenzie. Like he didn't make the cut. he's going away too. So yeah, and then everybody in the office is figuring out what's going on. They are now moved into the hotel for now, and basically the new company, Sterling Cooper Draper Price, basically makes up Joan for right now. The four main guys, Pete, Harry, and Peggy. Don't believe I'm forgetting anybody, but yeah, they're going now in that hotel room, and everybody's getting shipshape right there. And Joan has this nice moment of like saying their company name for the first time. It's like, hey, Sterling Cooper Draper Price. Yeah, it turns out it was Henry, and Harry, and he just ruined it, like because he needed the room number. Yeah, and then they're getting set up. Trudy shows up with some lunch. After that, Don then decides to go to make a phone call. Decides, you know what, he's going to give Betty the divorce. Tells her, he's like, hey, I'm not going to fight you. Do what you need to do. You can go over to Reno or whatever. Like it's fine. So after that, it's exactly what she does. Fly over to Reno with the baby. She has Carla watching the kids. And we then end with Don looking over his new creation and also moving into his what looks to be questionably neighborhood now apartment, and that is the end. Shut the door, have a seat. Absolute cinema.
Oh yeah, this is a great episode.
Assemble. Yeah, it's just a perfect ending to the season finale. It's one of the best season finales. I wouldn't. I mean, there are more dramatic. There are more like crazy season finales. This is more on the nose for what Mad Men can do. Like the craziness of Mad Men in my eyes. Again, it could get worse. I don't know, but all I'm saying is like them breaking apart and creating their own agency, basically splitting the group, is such an interesting dynamic. And like starting small, and like how Joan is like, no meetings in this room ever. Like, do not bring people up here. Go somewhere else. This is a hotel. They don't need to be here. They don't need to do it. Like, and again, not that the rest of the players are bad, but they like picked the most intriguing of all the players. So it's like, and now that they're working so tightly as this is one, there was a common goal. Now it's their common goal. I think it could create more rifts, more problems, more drama. So it's interesting, and I'm really excited for where it goes. Like, you also saw a lot of things happen these last few episodes where, like, Roger and Don had to basically swallow their pride and get back together on those aspects because overall they were opposed for a little bit. Joan had to get put back into the mix. Pete was on the way out. Pete's going back in. Peggy was on her way out. Peggy comes back in. So there were some fun ideas, and I like how it's like in the middle of the night. Basically, they basically pulled all the rugs and stuff like that. Like, this could never happen in this day and age because everybody would know instantly. Like, there would be no way. So it was fun how they played that into it. But again, this is where it feels like we were slamming on our brakes with the Kennedy thing, and then we hit like 88 miles an hour, like fast, like we jolted forward. So it's good. It was one of the best season finales of a show I've seen in a while.
Yeah, I think that probably of the three shows we're watching, it's probably the best season finale we've had so far, these 3 seasons. I love whenever in a movie or a show you have the whole getting the team together stuff. I love all that, and then they're working together to do a little coup or whatever it is, and it's a really great way to leave us off looking forward to the next season. Pretty much like almost a soft reset. The business is different. Don's not at home with Betty anymore, so pretty much it just opens up all the possibilities for what's going to happen next season. So really great episode.
Yeah. I'll just be really quick. It's one.
You talked a lot. I was just.
I know. Like, this is probably like the best episode I think we've seen like this season just for these 3 shows. There are like usually a handful because I kind of watch TV a bit all over the place. So because a lot of times whenever I restart a show, I'll just like kind of jump in the middle for a certain episode. This particular episode has restarted at least 2 Mad Men rewatches where I just will go in, watch, shut the door, have a seat, still be enthralled. Like, I feel like it almost works like as a singular movie in itself. It just plays the whole story and it just plays out so perfectly. And just in general, it's just one of the best episodes of television I think I've ever seen. It completely, even though like everything we're getting right now of Mad Men is really good, I think this episode kind of flips the script for the entire show, and I think kind of brings him into like this kind of next level of storytelling and character development.
I respect our friendship so much. I won't go into depths of how pissed off you just made me with your speech, but you just pick random fucking episodes of a fucking series and click play. You're a fucking crazy person.
I mean, that's like if you want to watch Rocky 4, you don't have to watch Rocky 1, 2, and 3 before you watch it.
You're talking to the wrong guy. You're talking to the wrong guy. You fucking have to watch all of them. What are you talking about?
See, this is why you don't have time to watch TV, Cody.
That's exactly why. That's why if you go to my letterbox, I watch Batman Begins way more, like so many times, because I never jump to the other. I have to start with that, and then I never go to Dark Knight. So
I mean, I don't want to go deeper into this. So if you just get like a hankering just to watch Face Off from Breaking Bad, you're just like, I'm just going to rewatch the whole show and then get to Face Off.
100%. No. I've never seen an episode of Breaking Bad without it in order. But that's something I do every year. Yeah. So like every year I'll watch Game of Thrones and Breaking Bad. Like I will, like, those are my two shows that I've watched. Okay. And those I always complete.
Okay.
Yeah. But again, yeah, I'm fucking broken. I'm trying to fix it. It's hard to break. Because believe me, I would like to just watch Rocky 4, but my brain tells me, hey, Rocky 1's fucking awesome too. You want to watch Rocky 2 and you want to watch Rocky 3.
Well, you gotta watch Rocky 3.
Rocky 3 is the best one.
Yeah, definitely.
Boom. There we go. Fuck Mark. Mark's going down. Me and Matt are coming together. All right. Where did you go to New Jersey?
Yeah.
Amour Fou, whatever. I don't know how to pronounce it. Yeah, so some fun times happened in this one. Carmela and Meadow are at an art museum. She's having some lady issues. Maybe pregnant. There's some conversations like maybe or dealing with some stuff, or like overall there's fear. Because in the process, she's also still trying to leave Tony, or figuring out if she should leave Tony or not. So that's always fun. Tony and Crazy Lady is what I will put her at. She is fucking crazy. Are struggling. And Jennifer is trying to work through that with him. Like, hey, like she needed therapy. Like, you were happy. What changed? Like, why is she? I don't know. She's freaking crazy. Like, blah, blah. You're never leave Carmela. You don't know that. What the fuck? Like, there's just back and forth. They're not having a great time. Ralphie, the more that Tony tells Jackie Jr. to stay the fuck out of crime, Ralphie puts 2 center blocks basically on his leg and keeps pulling him into the crime family, whether Tony tells him not to. So, and again, Tony was best friends with Jackie's dad. Ralphie is the stepdad. So he promised him that he would not enter the life of crime. Same reason why he doesn't want Meadow or AJ in there. Like, their life, it ends with them is basically what the thought. Tony and his mistress, like, have another night together. They're fooling around, but there's still some drama. Jackie's starting trouble, like, in the pizza joint, and like talking, like pulling out guns and stuff like that. And Christopher's like, dude, what the fuck are you, like, stop doing this in these areas. Like he's trying to warn him. Like, everybody's trying to warn Jackie. It's not working at this point in time. Carmela goes to the dealership where Crazy Bitch works.
Maybe Tony, don't buy a car from the dealership where you're sleeping with somebody.
Tony, not the smartest guy. And they're having this whole conversation. They're driving around having her. She gives her a ride home. Now, again, I don't know how would news travel fast, but I would think the Soprano name is a name people in Jersey would know. That's just me. Maybe I'm wrong, but I would assume. Ralphie's still pushing on Jackie Jr. Like, hey, dabble this. How about you handle this stuff for me? Blah, blah, blah. Pushing the envelope. And Jackie wants to be in this. Like, Jackie's never shown that he doesn't, like, oh, God, Ralphie just keeps... No, he doesn't take a lot of pushing to go into this direction, even though Carmela's going through a bunch of, like, emotional reactions about... what ends up happening. I love that when Elsa Jennifer was talking, like he was talking about the moment. She threw the roast beef at his head. Like at the end, like, what's wrong with this bitch? Like one day we're happy and we're laughing. Next thing she's throwing food at my head. Like, what's going on?
Don't pick up women at therapy office.
Yeah, he's like, well, you did meet her, and Tony tries to blame her for this fault. And then they meet outside the house and be like, we don't need to be doing like this situation. Like, it's becoming harder and harder. But nothing. She doesn't bring up that she literally just gave Carmela a ride home. Like they had every opportunity, didn't bring anything. Jackie Jr. and them are talking about like going to do, like they want to go rob somebody, like they want to go get some money. Like Carmela goes and visits a priest, which I don't know about you. I thought there was a voice changer on this priest through the thing. It was the deepest, most awkward voice. Do you want to talk to me? I was like, this is a fucking fever dream again. We're doing a Carmela fever dream. She's in hell. What are we? Nope, real guy talking about leaving her husband. Like, I think, again, haven't seen the show, don't know anything about it. Is a divorce coming? It seems like that for me, like a separation. I don't know. I don't think you get out of the family once you're in the family. So I don't know how that all works, but it doesn't. She's like really adamant about pushing back and forth. She gets, next morning, Tony gets a phone, Carmela gets a phone call from the dealership from Crazy Bitch. Tony's sitting next to her. Doesn't know. He goes, who's this? To get off the phone? Who is that? Oh, it's this nice lady at this dealership. She wants to talk about the G-Wagon, and I should just keep mine, right? You see, the funny thing is the body language on Tony. He's chewing food, and he literally just, his mouth is so he gets up and like walks out. He goes straight to the dealership. Like this most annoying coworker ever is like, we should switch shifts. Like, yeah, I don't, I'll talk to you in a minute. Tony just grabs her and takes her into the room and be like, you talk to my fucking wife? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, are you fucking stupid? Like, this isn't.
And he's doing this in front of everybody.
I don't give a fuck. We're not doing this. It's like, you think that's something you bring up to me? That's something you talk to me about? Like, we were just there. I just want to see the people you're in love with. It's normal for the people that you love to be wanting to know their significant others. Bitch, everything you just said is the craziest statement on the world.
I just love the moment where he realizes that she is just like his mother. And just
perfect. I love how the Sopranos waits for just the right moment. Just throw in that line, just burn me at the stake, why don't you? She doesn't honestly give up any moments like that. And she says that she lays out that perfect line. Tony is like, just wants to take a shower at that moment. Doesn't know what to do. So.
Carmela does go to the doctor, gets an ultrasound of her right over, and then she's like, don't mince words, doc. Tell me what's up. Cut. So we don't find out at that moment. Carmela goes to lunch with the ladies and basically talks about like, oh, look at all the shit that this woman went through, but look how stronger she came on the head. Hillary Clinton, a fucking hero. Look at her. Got cheated on. Look what she did. All this stuff after the blowjob and everything. Like all this like passive conversation. Basically makes her powerful. So basically telling Carmela, like, even the shit you're going through, like, you'll be the better for, which is fucking wild. Somebody needs to go back to 1963 and tell Betty, just because you're getting cheated on, you'll be fine, no problem. Just you'll be stronger after this.
He'll buy you some nice jewelry.
Yeah. Tony's at the Bada Bing, and he gets a phone call from. By the way, I don't know of everything. Like I've watched some trivia shows, and I watch like episodes. The amount of Sopranos shits that's coming up in my life now in other aspects.
I have
and like
that
trivia and like people are like, oh, what happens in season? I've had to skip shit now in my life because I was like, I've escaped this for my entire life, and now it's Sopranos.
I'm just going through Facebook and I'm seeing like Sopranos stuff left and right now.
I'm just like, Jesus Christ, I'm trying to get through this without spoiler. I've worked I never even tried to avoid it. I don't know anything. Now everything's trying. Season 4, season 5. Stop! I have to click, I'm not interested on 12 different things at this point. Anyways. Crazy bitch calls Tony at the bada bing, crying, I need Tony shows up, ends up sitting there. Tony's like, you're fucking sick. You fucking need help. I can't help you. This is the end. I can't keep going. She's like, I'm tired, blah, blah. Tony, like, she gets closer to Tony. Tony's like, leave me the fuck alone. Like, this ends now. We're not doing this anymore. I can't do this because you're fucking crazy. And she's on the ground and she says, I don't know many characters that when something is said, I'm like, oh God, I'm going to call your wife. I'm going to go to Columbia University and tell your daughter about it. Holy fuck. You were in the room with a caged fucking a silverback gorilla. He's going to kill you. Like, there's no question. He flips over the table. He gets her. And I'm telling you, Kane, the Undertaker, Big Show would be impressed with this choke slam that Tony Soprano does on her. A full spin around, just drops her, and goes, "I'll fucking kill you! Like you don't understand any of this. I will fucking murder you if you talk." And then she wants to die. He ends up letting her go. She ends up dying. Jackie and his group are out there outside, mask on. They go into Chris's poker game, which is Richie's poker game. But Richie's not present. They end up holding up guns to the thing, and again, a bunch of wise guys are sitting there, made men. They're like, "What the fuck are you?" Like, okay, kid, calm down. Do you know who you're robbing? Like, do you understand? Like, the consequences? Shut the fuck up. And the more he talks, Tony is. Christopher looks up and sees Jackie. He knows it's Jackie Jr. and ends up the driver ends up driving off. Like
when he hears the gunshots.
One guy walks in the door, they fire a shot, and then the one guy, I don't know if it is Jackie Jr. that pulls the trigger or not, because it's hard to I didn't break down the scene and know.
I think it was the other guy.
I think it's the other guy, because there's one guy that's not those two that gets shot in the head by Christopher.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other guy, I think that might be the guy that also shoots the big guy at the table, shoots him in the chest. Then they shoot Furio in the thigh.
Mm-hmm.
They end up running out. The driver's gone. Jackie Jr. ends up stealing a car, taking off and leaving his friend. I don't know his friend's name. I didn't remember his friend's name. And he says, Jackie. And then you hear click. And he turns around and goes, Christopher, I'm sorry. I didn't know you were in there. And not a second. 3 bullets to the face. And then they shoot him in the chest. They get in the car to drive off. He is dead. And Christopher goes to Tony while Furio's getting a bullet ripped out of his fucking thigh. And Tony goes, Christopher goes, I'm getting him fucking tonight. And Tony's like, the fuck you are? No, you're not. Oh, so when I'm a made man, the only people that have to follow the rules is us, and he can. You're not getting anybody to hunt us down and find it. Like, it will sort itself out. He's Richie's kid. I will sit down with Richie. We will discuss this as is. It will be solved. But he's like, I don't fucking love you. Like, I just basically tells him to fuck off. Like, he's dead to him. Like, you're weak. And Tony's like, gets him by the throat and basically like, you can say whatever you want. You don't have to love me, but you will respect me. I'll tell you that right now. So Christopher almost dies by Tony's hands. Richie and Tony sit down and he basically says, I'll respect your wishes. Everybody will respect your wishes, but this is the situation. This is where it is. And I think it's really great acting from Joey Pants is basically when he walks out the place and he just like looks, he's like, I have to kill my stepson. Like, my stepson has to die. Like, this is because he basically saying that everybody will respect it means they'll just cut that side of the family. They'll just eliminate everybody. Like, that's just basically what the ultimatum was. Tony tries to handle it through therapy and it's like, he's a young kid. I can't really talk about what's going on, but it's a young kid feeling the confliction. And then my favorite scene in The Sopranos that has ever happened so far happens right after. Oh God, what's his name? He was Ricky. He was Richie's brother. He gets in the car with crazy bitch.
Yeah.
And
Patsy. It's Patsy.
Yeah.
It's Patsy. Patsy sits there and he's like, "Oh, I like you." It's like tries to like does this like fake flirt with her and like drives and it's like, okay. And then they pull off and he's like, and there's another car sitting there parked and it's his car. And he's like, all right, leave fucking Tony Soprano alone. This ends today. Okay. Yeah, you're not gonna call his family, you're not gonna see this thing. This isn't gonna be cinematic. They'll be scraping your nipples off the leather of this car. And the last face we'll see, it ain't gonna be Tony. It's gonna be me. So it ends now. Okay? We good? Alright. And then gets out of the car and just like leaves her. It's one of my favorite, just like him, just like it's the mob mentality of just like you're fucked. Richie and his wife are melting down because overall Jackie's in trouble. Like they know it, and Richie doesn't know how to say everything. And then Carmela comes home. She's looking at a real estate sales exam, like guess picking up a hobby or whatever, or figuring out something.
The priest told her to kind of like make her own money, so she doesn't have to live off the blood money.
Yeah, and then she makes up an excuse why she's not wearing the ring anymore. I think there's a weird last scene because like Patsy like gets groceries and gets in his car and then drives like south. But like,
what I love about that is that his face is the last one we see of the episode, and it's a cinematic shot of him driving off.
Oh, that's good. That's credits. Good. I didn't pick that up. That's a good. That is good. So that's the episode. I think it's a great.
Oh yeah,
it's gonna be cinematic. On the last faces. What do you guys think?
Hey man, like I said, it is a great episode. Just the stuff with Tony and his mistress, as we've seen it just get crazier and crazier the last few episodes, and then this episode here, like I just love the moment where Tony it clicks for Tony. Is like, oh my God, I've been sleeping with my mother this whole time.
Oh, I did forget that part where it's like, you're my fucking mother. Like why do you like dangerous men, Tony? Why do you keep traveling towards dangerous women, Tony? Like, what's the deal? Just like fucking scum.
And then of course Jackie Jr. is just like him, just like failing left and right. Just this whole season has just been his decline and his downfall. Has just been that robbery is probably one of the worst robberies. I just love it.
I guess I'll touch on more, but at the middle of the season, we would have said the other stepdad would have been on the demise list, and it switched really fast to Jackie Jr. because he couldn't listen to Tony.
Yeah, I this episode's fucking great. There's so many good. The Tony's missed stuff, perfect. I just kind of just a great culmination of how, I think how the writing Sopranos just kind of just subtly, nudges at a point. Just Jackie Jr. just cannot take a fucking hint. Like, just the entire season, Tony has made it clear, hey, I don't want you involved in this. I can't have you involved in this, especially when you're dating my daughter. Like, it can't happen. And like it does everything to tell him, like, no, we don't want you in this life. And then fucking Ralphie tells him this dumb story about how they got in a fast track and me and Maggie. He's like, oh, that's what we gotta do. We gotta do this robbery. Fucking fucks it up all the hell. Like, that is great. And then we end up, and then The Sopranos doesn't have like a lot of like just real, like, I would say, like regular like crime movie moments of just like, oh, this kind of what we see like just in the average crime movie. That scene with Patsy is just, it is bone chilling. and it absolutely just gets the point across that like no, like this is we're not fucking around time, okay? We're I like if you don't do this, I'm gonna murder you. It's not gonna be good. And he just does it with a smile. And like Matt like brought up that point of it, like the cinematic shot. I love it just because he's basically just completing like a honeydew list right after he told somebody he was gonna murder them. Like it's so funny. Just say like, oh, that's how we're gonna end this episode. Like cool. But no, really great. Like Sopranos really picked it up here at the end.
All right, season finale, Army of One. Episode starts with fucking AJ in school pissing on the walls, being where they're not supposed to, no issue. Jackie Jr. gets put into Omar's care, basically a hideout spot for him. Because if anything we've learned from Tony's not none of the family's gonna go around anybody of African American descent because they clearly don't like him. So I guess that's good cover for
pause the episode and make sure were The Wire and The Sopranos on at the same time. Is there a chance that this was a crossover? Because when the first time we see him, it didn't say what his name was, so it's like that could be Omar. But
yeah. Walnuts takes his mom to the facility where
Tony's mom was.
Tony's mom went. And he says, I'll get the $40,000 to you by the end of the week. Walnuts and Richie have this back and forth this episode. Basically, he's on the phone. They're sitting there and having a meeting about this robbery that they're about to go through, or the codes or whatever. And in 5 minutes, he gets his right-hand man or whatever to call him and act like Tony. So it pisses off Walnuts because he thinks like they're tighter than they need to be.
Does Ralphie not think that Paulie's just going to call Tony and be like, hey, are you meeting with Ralphie?
Clearly he doesn't. Clearly he doesn't. So then he just gets Walnuts just gets all upset for no fucking reason. Tony's laying in bed, gets a phone call. It's Jackie Jr. on the other line. He's like, I don't care. Like, don't tell me. I don't want to know nothing. I'm sorry, Tony. He's like, If you listen to me, he's like, call your stepfather. Tell him to come get you. Tell him to not come get you. I don't care. Don't tell me anything. He's like, don't hang up. If there's anything for my father. Oh, funny you said that. That was 2 years ago. The expiration date just passed for you and all your bullshit. Not helping you no more. And then he's like, but you and my dad did it and he got forgiven. Do me a favor. Think about it and see if you can tell the difference. Clearly, there's a difference. Don't call me no more. Thanks. Basically hangs up with him. So he's like, let me tell you if you know. Figure out the difference. Tell me if you know. That ends up happening. Tony meets with Richie basically to give him like the how's it all going, figuring out where's your son, kill your son, get him down here, like time's a ticking.
As long as it happens in a timely manner.
Yeah, as long as it happens in a timely manner, because I have no problem fucking killing you. If you want my honest opinion, want to do that fall season. DNA testing came back. Found the boys pissing on the walls.
Oh, AJ.
And they sing like canaries. FBI decided to wake up after all season of hibernation to get the
once they took the lamp out of the basement, they got no information.
Fucking, how do we get another lamp in the basement? What the fuck? Like they had no fucking clue. Okay.
Tony just opens the door one day. There's this lamp sitting on his doorstep for Tony.
Can you put this back in your basement? I mean, it's in fucking Meadows' dormitory. She's coming probably home for the summer. She'll probably bring it with her.
Like all we get is this crazy stuff about Meadows' roommate.
Jackie is playing a fucking savant, and Jackie Jr. is playing a savant in chess, and Omar's like, yeah, bitch, like you don't know how to move, like basically hyping up his daughter while she's just like schooling him on things.
Omar just wasting his breath. Jackie Jr. ain't gonna learn shit about anything.
Then he ends up walking outside, walking a little forward, and I can't remember. I should have wrote his name down. I don't know. It's basically Richie's guy. Every person in Tony's crew or anybody's crew has a sidekick that's fat as fuck. It's just they're all fat, and there's like I don't know his name. Somebody find it for me at some point. But he ends up killing Jackie Jr. Bullet to the back of the head, dead. Drops him basically in the projects. So gives a clue. Richie's on the phone with his wife talking about how late he'll be home. And then walks, he comes in the door to shake his head like he did it. He's dead. He moves on and he tells him, I'm going to be home late. Fucking then Tony comes in for Super Bowl fucking Ravens versus the Giants. And they're doing the bets, the slips, and all this stuff. And somebody ate fucking Tony's lo mein, and he is fucking furious. And just is like, I fucking ate. I was like, God. And he's like, Tony, Walnuts is like, Tony, I'm gonna be honest with you. You're all tightly wound. Like you fucking think. Like that's you know. Then he gets on the phone. He's like, yeah, I want to talk to you about Richie. I want to have a sit down. He owes me 50 G's. He owes me 50 G's. He didn't pay me up. He doesn't want to pay me up with 50 G's. Tony gets a phone call. He goes up home. AJ's been expelled from school. Gone. Tony smacks him in the face, but he's like, things are fucking changing. There's got to be a difference. We're running this thing with a different ship moving forward. Oh, no, all the school. You're going to military school. Lost and angry. And they're like, we're looking at those brochures. Like, just yells at Carmela, like, we're looking at them. So they're looking through the brochures at the dinner table, like, oh, this one sounds good. Phone call rings. Jackie Jr.'s dead. Carmela gets the call. She leaves to go be with the mom. AJ, I mean, nice, I guess, but goes right up the phone, calls Meadow that literally was just in like a 3-month relationship with him or longer. Says, oh, by the way, DNA testing doesn't come back for 6 weeks or whatever. You just fucking ratted on yourself. God, I'm so fucking stupid. Oh, by the way, Jackie Jr. was doing drug deals, got shot by a couple black guys. Meadow drops the phone. A mess. Should be. Overall, Carmela, another favorite scene of this moment, Carmela is sitting there and goes, I know what you're thinking, the big boogeymans with the vowels at the end of the names, the Italians. Get that thing out of your mind. That's not what happened here. What happened here? But whatever. I'm not trying to gaslight you. Meadow, you're on the right track. Just dig a little deeper. You'll find it. Whatever. There's nothing there. And then, hello, AJ. I want to play a game. The rules are simple. Welcome to my military school. What does 0530 mean? It means 5:30 in the morning. You'll learn that when you get here. Oh, shit.
I'm so disappointed we're not going to get to see Jigsaw's military school next season.
No. And then he sits there and is like, I think he'll do well with structure. Why don't you go show him the grounds while I talk to your parents? I was like, yeah, he's a fucking soldier. He ain't going to war. They're just doing drills. Did you see what they were carrying? Rifles. They were for pretend. Like, just scream, like, lose his mind. By the way, the most inconvenient window open while he smokes a cigarette and all the smoke stays in the fucking room. I laugh so hard. Discipline, honor, respect. That's stuff we need to do. AJ, enjoy this bear trap. See if you can get out of it so you can go back to your parents. You pissed on walls. Now decide, do you have enough urine or blood in your body to fill these jars to get out? Time will tell. But they end up yelling at each other, and like Tony like grabs his like pillows and stuff. He's like, don't worry about it. I'll go. Takes it out of there. And then he does the procedure to slam the door, which sounds like he breaks the door because it won't fully shut, so he just keeps slamming it and shutting. They all go to the funeral. They're all having it. Surprised it's an open casket, personally. That was the possibility. I know it was a low caliber, but kind of surprising. They're all having conversations about, like, the one guy's, like, doing sports lines or whatever at the end of the thing. He's like, oh, is the books really that important? So Tony asks him to end up leaving. Christopher ends up first Janice drops off a demo to the guy and is like, Christian, he puts that thing deep in the bottom. That thing ain't ever coming up for air. Christopher comes out to apologize to Tony and says, I do love you, blah, blah, blah. Tony acknowledges zero and walks straight away from him. He doesn't have any interest. So the funeral ends up happening. Tony and Carmela like have a moment where they're like, let's try it your way. Like, yeah, we military, like for AJ, like figure it out, because Going Jackie's Jr. doesn't want him to be the same way. If it was Mark, I'd be like, kind of funny that now all of a sudden she wants to do military school because someone died, because Kennedy's dead, you know. So that's just how he was it. Sit down between Richie and Paulie, and they have the whole thing where he's like, for an alarm code, you want $5,000 for an alarm code? Like, come on, like, what are we talking about? Like, that's never gonna happen. And then Tony's like, we know it's not 50, but we know it's not 5. Sits there, has the whole conversation with him, tells him it's 12. 12 G's. 12 G's, that's $30 on the table. What are you talking about? Which again, I think I may be wrong, but if Walnuts just said what he needed it for, I think Tony would be more open to helping him out in that situation, but instead he's too prideful where he won't do that. So him and Richie, so he ends up deciding it. By the way, I missed that the FBI decides to put a girl undercover, get her big hair, get her stuff. You're going to go meet Adriana and become besties with her because
you're almost as good as a lamp.
Yeah. And let me tell you, Adriana, real fast to go to a Starbucks coffee with. Has big hair, says, oh, I like the shoes. Oh, yeah, I was thinking about going to Starbucks. We want to sit down, have the whole conversation. Drops Tony's name in like the first 4 seconds. Talks like Christopher, like she's ready to just spill everything. Get her away. But the difference is she kind of doesn't have any. What's the word I'm looking for? She doesn't. She's not really entangled in a lot of business normally. Like, so far.
I mean, she's running one of the clubs.
I guess that's true.
They've kind of forgotten about that.
But they try to keep everything out of the club, so there's not a whole lot. But anyways, AJ comes down in his suit. They start doing it, and AJ has a panic attack and passes out. After Tony was like, he's like, please, Dad, like, let's not. No, you're doing it. So then Tony's like, got the fucking, talks to Jennifer, got the Soprano disease, like fucking can't do it. Like, panic attack. Saved by the panic attack. Out, doesn't have to go. They end up burying him. Christopher, I think, and Walnuts get picked up at the funeral for gambling.
Mm-hmm.
While Walnuts like, not Walnuts. Sylvia gets picked up. Walnuts turns around and is like,
he books
get the fuck out of here. And then another again, this is, I understand, it's my one gripe. Junior is still involved, Junior is still alive, but he is literally the fucking Groucho Marx of this team, like the fucking wah, 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 wah. He walks in, he sees the cops, he turns around, he starts panicking, he gets in the car, he backs it up, fucking Blockwood can't get in the car, they're all having it, and then he has to drive away. What the fuck is your point of being here? Like, it's so weird. I get it, but it's like he is literally just
hilarious is what it was. I thought you said 11 o'clock. It's like, oh shit.
I read way too much into this, but when Richie gets back to the house and he's sitting there watching TV, and they have that guy in the hallway stand there for way too long, like put his hands in his pocket. I was like, is Richie about to get fucking whacked in his own house? Like, what is this? It was so weird. It just, I guess he just lost his place and didn't know where he was because I don't think he's supposed to be just standing awkwardly in the show.
Like, well, he didn't tell me to leave, so I don't.
Yeah.
Do I just go?
And then Carmela Meadow and her cousin, well, Jackie Jr.'s sister and her cousin are sitting there and talking about, and they basically said, "Are you all the crime family?" Like talks about like openly the crime family, and sister's still grieving about it and having the upset thing about it. But Meadow kind of like like how like our families in the waste management like. And for you to be openly saying this stuff in front of an outsider is fucking crazy and disrespectful. And fills her glass with the largest amount of vodka straight. I was like, Jesus, like that's not even good. I was very confused. Like, but she was very upset. But she's like, I understand you're going through stuff, but you can't be saying like that fucking shit openly out there. I couldn't find it. I was looking it up. Walnuts meets with another family boss, right?
Johnny Sachs. He's kind of the guy that's like in New York, but like he's like living in Jersey right now.
Yeah.
But like he's not opposing Tony, but clearly talking down about
Jersey are kind of working together, but New York is like, we're New York and you're New Jersey, so.
And basically it sounds like he's like, it feels like to me they're building a crack, pushing on the crack a little further between Tony and Walnuts at this point, because Walnuts clearly sees like he doesn't have his best interest in part. They're going to the dinner, the basically like reception while Junior fucking Groucho Marx is there again, fucking does a song. And I think Meadow like sings Britney Spears or something. Like, it was,
she's like throwing bread and stuff at him.
Yeah, and she's drunk because clearly all the vodka. Why there's an emotional moment. Tony and her like run after each other, and then there's just like this emotional all sitting around while they celebrate the rest, and that's basically the rest of the season. Thoughts on that?
Yeah, it's a solid episode. I think they did a good job kind of wrapping some stuff up. The whole Jackie Jr. storyline, and Tony kind of worked it magically, just letting Ralphie take care of it for him, so he didn't have to get involved or potentially get caught doing something. Which Christopher realized that Tony had the smart idea the whole time, and he shouldn't have got upset with him. I loved all the stuff with the AJ. Like I said, I wish so much that next season would be AJ in military school, but hey, I'm sure we'll get something else instead.
What are you doing? I told you. The rice on the bottom. Chicken on top.
The ending with the funeral is a little odd, but yeah, I guess. But overall, I think it's a really good season finale for a pretty good season. So yeah.
Yeah, this very quickly became the season of funerals. I think it was had his mom, that guy who died in the toilet, and now we got Jackie Jr. Yeah, just really nice moments throughout. Unfortunately, yeah, we had Jackie Jr.'s demise. Just the neat family stuff that kind of came into play. Also, kind of also playing into like all the stuff that was happening with Jackie Jr. and got everybody in the family, and just I don't know if this was maybe there was a number of moments that happened in this episode that just made me like laugh out loud. The Junior showing up to the funeral late, one of them, thought it was hilarious. Though it pales in comparison to Furio showing up late to the sit down with Ralphie and Paulie. He's like, "Hey, Tony, I had to find a place to park the car." And just slips on the ice.
Look again, it's like hilarious. Fucking Three Stooges moment. Like, what are you doing?
No, this is a good finale, and I kind of like wrapped up like maybe like a little bit, kind of sort of like The Shield, a little bit of a meandery season, a bit, but wraps up pretty strong.
Yeah.
Okay. Bad guy of the week first.
Yeah.
Or bad guy of the week.
Bad guy, kill count, and then season ranks.
Bad guy of the week, Matt.
It's a tough one. I think it comes down for me either Vic or Don this week. I'm probably just gonna give it to Don. Don, I feel like he really didn't handle the Betty situation well, especially once he found out that she was seeing this guy Henry, and he just runs back to the house, be like, "What did you do?"
Mark's so pissed right now. He's like, "What are you talking about? Like, you started another company, you became independent. Like, fuck that bitch." Mark, you agree with Don?
I don't know. Don was kind of a badass this week.
There it is. There's my man.
Bad, you said it right there. I mean, you can be a badass and be a bad guy.
It's really tough because I feel like this guy's a pretty good fit, even though he was technically right. Fuck.
Oh, are you gonna try to throw Lem under the bus?
No. Yeah, I'll just go Vic. Yeah, he seemed plenty of bad guy moment this week.
My bad guy of the week is Ralphie. Organizes a hit on his own stepson and then fakely coddles his wife and basically said, "Oh man, I'm sorry," but literally is behind the reason why he is no longer with him, which he had to.
I mean,
if
this stepson was anyone other than Jackie Jr., I would agree with you.
Yeah, but you gotta stop being a scumbag at some point. Like that's like overall, if we had to do a season rank, the stuff that Jackie Jr. did, bad. Fails in comparison to his stepfather.
Bad guy of the week is the getaway driver who just leaves as soon as he hears a gunshot.
That guy is the good guy of the week. That's hilarious.
He's like, I don't care if hell comes on or you're not leaving.
I've been at this club before. I know who's in there. I'm out. All right, kill count.
All right, so kill count. Mad Men has upped its game significantly this season. We're up to 8 deaths. Plus the 94 in the plane crash, but that's a separate thing. Sopranos is second place with 32 kills up there in those 3 seasons. And then the Shield.
10 a season makes sense.
Shield's still in first. It's upped its kill count up to 113 kills.
And that's the ones we can identify.
Yeah.
Okay.
So season scores.
Okay, so far, rundown. Mad Men Season 2 and Sopranos Season 2, 4.0 even.
Mm-hmm.
They rank 1 and 2. We have Mad Men on top, Sopranos second. Mad Men Season 1 and Season 1 of Sopranos, 3.75, both on top. Mad Men on top of the Sopranos. Shield 1 is 3.5. Shield 2, 3.25. Now where we rank. Let's start with the Shield. This is the first one we actually talk about. Mark, what would you give the Shield Season 3 on a scale of 1 to 5? With halves if you'd like it. You only get 0.25 is when we do a 7, like a 5 and a 3. That's the average. I will not allow a 3.25 out of you.
I think it ranks slightly higher than season 2. I think just in terms of where I'm thinking as a whole, just because I think it does have a lot of the same issues that 2 has. It just wraps up a lot better. So it just kind of, we forgive it a little bit. So I think it's going to be a 3.5. It's still a pretty good season. I think it puts us in a better spot going forward. Mm-hmm. I think we were previously. I think it gets credit for that.
Okay. I think so. I'm struggling because 2 more episodes, more filler. I don't believe we solved anything. The money is still an issue. We killed the Armenians, a part of it. Aceveda and Claudette, where I thought was going to be intrigue, is not really there. Dutch is becoming a serial killer. That's interesting. I think season 2 Okay, good job. Sorry, I was like, how did I do that from all the way back here? I believe season 2 and season 3 have the same issues, but separate, different. They have this. They're held back by similar things.
Mm-hmm.
Season 2 forced their hand when they didn't have to be able to conclude certain things. This one got extended time, didn't really know how to handle it properly in that side. So I'm going to go 3.5 as well. I don't know. I want to go 3 almost because I think I like certain aspects of season 2 better than season 1 or season 3. Because I believe like that stuff that we still had the like the what's his name, the criminal for a while. It's not Aceveda. It's
no, it's not like
something
Anteater or something. It's definitely an A.
Yeah, it's something like Aceveda, what?
Ricky.
Yeah, Ricky Ricardo.
Yeah.
So I like that better, but like I would rank it 3.5 because I'm gonna go 3. Actually, I'm gonna go 3 because I think it's a lesser season than season 2. I think season 2 was a better season.
Yeah,
my personal.
I think story-wise, this season definitely drops the ball because I mean it. But the thing I like about this season is it fleshes out some characters a little bit better. Like I think it actually makes Lem a character. Ronnie actually gets stuff to do. It's not just Vic and Shane and then the other guys of the strike team. I really love what it does with Aceveda for most of the season. I feel like it kind of drops the ball at the end there. It doesn't really explain what they're trying to do. But I love the stuff with his assault and him going through and then finally getting the guy and how he does that. I think Danny and Julian have like zero to do this whole season. I feel like that. And like I said, I feel like it does good by some of the characters, and then I think it's got a handful of really good episodes. But as a whole, I'm going to agree with Cody and say it's probably worse than season 2. I'm going to give it a 3.0 as well.
Okay.
So 3.25.
Only because I know how good it's going to get.
So you and I are saying that it ranks lower than season 2 based on our opinion, right? And Mark would be the outlier that doesn't agree, but
I'm fine with that. It's really close.
Yeah, right. I could have gone either way, 3.0 or 3.5.
I was fighting 3 with the score. I'm only giving it the slight bump because of those last 3 episodes.
I feel like
and that's kind of it.
It did good tying stuff up. It tied up the Aceveda stuff real good. It tied up the Cuddler thing real good. And then these last 2 episodes.
Oh, you said it.
You gotta do that.
Okay, so Sopranos.
Oh, Armadillo is the guy you're trying to think
of. Armadillo, Aceveda, Armadillo. I knew we were battling. Okay, thank you. Ricky Ricardo's better. We'll just say that. We'll go Sopranos next. So I'm curious, Matt, where do you have Sopranos season 3?
Trying to think. I gave season 2 a 4.0. I'm trying to think if this is better. I mean, I love the first episode, the FBI episode. I think is still my favorite episode of the whole show. And there have been some other really strong episodes, and I think they've done more. I feel like, I think I'm gonna give this one a 4.5. I think it improved upon the stuff from the last season. The stuff with Tony and his crazy mistress and stuff was better than some of the stuff that he had to do with. And we had the beautiful CGI Mama Soprano in like episode 2 that really ties everything together. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one a 4.5.
Mark.
Let me see, because I'm kind of on the edge here because I think it's my favorite season of Sopranos so far. I think the highs in this one are really high because I really like the FBI episode is fantastic. I really like the episode where they bury Tony's mom, Olivia, and then these last 2 episodes really put a really fine tune on it. I don't know, because of where I'm thinking of rating other stuff. Like because I'm not 100% sure this is the best season we're talking about. I don't know if I want to give it like the best season rating. So I think I'm gonna keep it at 4. Keep it at 4, but I do think it's like, as far as like putting stuff, I think it's the best season of Sopranos that we've seen so far.
I'm a 4 as well. Um, I feel there's some inconsistencies where they go, because like I feel like we dropped Richie or Ralphie real fast to pick him back up at the end. Like there's no real conclusions on those parts for me. There were some fun, interesting episodes. Like I know Payson really loves that episode in the wilderness. It didn't totally click for me. Like it's one of the best episodes I've ever seen. I do love like the FBI episode. I think that's interesting, that different perspective. But again, like that stopped. Like they basically let them play. That once it moved out, then they're like, that didn't matter anymore. So it's like weird in those things. I don't like what they're doing with Junior, but overall, every aspect of it worked. The whole intrigue about Jackie Jr. being involved with Meadow, Tony having an affair, but also just not knowing how to pick the right, picks the craziest one along, learned a valuable lesson. So I'm at 4. So we're at 4.25. So clearly that does put us at the top rank. I will go next on Mad Men. I don't know what's coming. I don't have that benefit. But I'm at a 5.0 on this season. I think this is the best episode, this best season by a large option. I think this is the best conclusion. I think the intrigue is interesting. I think all the character dynamics are really good in this one. It's only building from that. I was going to go 4.5 because I'm like, what comes next? How I feel right now, I would watch season 3 of the show any day of the week, just because I think it's that. I think it's the best acted of the series. I think it's the best written of the series. I believe they knew how to flesh out all the details. Like the episode where the TV, I can't think of it, the guy that's gay but not out. Sal. Where that whole intrigue of him getting fired and his intrigue and Don's relate whatever. This is this. Never mind. I have to drop this down. This has the lawnmower episode, doesn't it?
It does.
It's 4.5. That is one of the dumbest episodes I've ever watched. I hate that episode so much. You rewound it. I think it's stupid. Why is there a lawnmower on the? That's a huge problem for me. But overall, everything else, I think the intrigue between the relationships are really good. Even though I really don't like Betty's choice, I think he's a fucking lame ass duck, but whatever. I think he's stupid. But I like Peggy's intrigue, her deciding Pete, the splitting of the office, the deciding, the buying, it's just everything is just haunting. I'll go 4.5 just because that one episode really pissed me off. So I would still hate that to this day.
We'll let you go 4.5, but I'm going to go 5.0 because I really love this season. I like the lawnmower episode. That didn't bother me. I think the only thing this season that I didn't really love was the stuff with Don and Hilton. I didn't really like any of that stuff too much, but I understand what it was trying to do. But I mean, I love to see. I like how the beginning of the season is almost kind of starting stuff new because it's got the new agency. We got Lane coming in. And I think he's a great character to add to the mix of stuff. And this is the season
episode where Don gets up and just walks out while he's talking about.
Oh yeah, he's talking about the budgeting and supplies, and Don just gets up and walks out the room.
I have no interest in this. Yeah, you're penny pitching. I'm not having any interest.
And this is the season where the whole Betty and Don stuff blows up, and we get some great scenes. Maybe Don and the teacher might be another part that I didn't really love how that worked, but I think this is strong enough for I can ignore some of those things because it's just got some amazing episodes. And the last episode, like I said, I think it's the best season finale of all 3 of these shows so far. So Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5.0.
Wow,
Mark.
I'm a little surprised. I would say that you're hearing these I just not think because I think here's the thing. I love the way this season ended. Like the last 3 episodes are I think the last like 3 or 4 episodes, 'cause I think I'm gonna say 3. Last 3 episodes or trying to remember like when fucking Salvatore gets fired. I can't remember. I think it was
It's a
9. It
few
was
back.
episode 9.
Yeah.
Episode 9. So yeah, like 4 out of the last 5 episodes are spectacular.
Mm-hmm.
They're so good. But I do feel like whenever I do feel like in terms of tight storytelling, I don't think the show is quite there yet. I feel like there are definitely some bits where we're kind of like going off and like I don't know what we're doing.
So it
Like
gets better. That's great.
Like I'll see what kind of how you guys feel. Me personally, 4 and 5 I think is where the show kind of peaks. I think 4 and 5 are the best seasons of the show. But like I just feel like we definitely take some turns in the story that I'm like, this is good, but it's like I feel like there's interesting stuff that we're kind of floating on. But I also think Shut the Door, Have a Seat is like in the argument for like the show's like best episode. It's really good. But I also think just as a whole, I think maybe season 2 works a little bit better. Why? I think I'm going to stick with a 4. I think I'm going to stick with a 4. And I think even with that, season 3 of Mad Men is probably going to be our top rated season. But like, I don't have a big issue for that, just in terms of how it ends. But I do think as far as continuity wise, I think just season 2 maybe sticks it a little bit better than this one does.
No, that one checks. So right now we're sitting at 4.5 for Mad Men. If we took 5, 4, and mine in the middle, best average I can get you. Not saying mine is correct and everybody else is wrong. It's just where it is. Sopranos season 3 is the thing. So it's basically it's been the same for every season for us. Is Mad Men over Sopranos all 3 seasons, but they're all basically tied in points except this last season. It's separated by 0.25. Shield is all at the bottom, but what I will say is that's not a shot against the Shield. I think the Shield is still a really good show, and apparently, what I hear, it's going to have contention with these other 2 seasons coming up because it's going to be battling. Because it's.
I know for me, there's at least 2 5-star seasons of the Shield in the future.
And if you gave 5 stars to Mad Men. And I was almost with you.
I can't wait until we get there. I'll just say that. When we get there, that'd be great.
I would love anybody that watches this to put up the side and figure it out. Which do I agree with more? Does Pete get redeemed, or do I agree with Matt? Which one will happen? Only time will tell. But we'll be back. We will be back next week with another episode. We will be talking why Matt, I know, is what Matt's doing, which I appreciate him for. He is finding out what we're watching next week. But again, if you haven't watched if you haven't watched Last of Us, go back to watch Last of Us. We are in the works right now, talking behind the scenes of what we're going to do after this one before we start season 3 of our show. So we will be announcing that as soon as we know it. What's up, Matt?
Next week, we're starting season 4 of all 3 shows. 3 episodes Sopranos, 3 episodes Shield, and 4 episodes Mad Men. We're going to dive right in there.
Oh, Mark's going to talk for fucking God bless America. All right.
You guys have had it too easy, these 2 episodes. 2
oh,
weeks
my God.
in a row.
4, 3. We're doing 10 total episodes.
Yep.
And
11. We're doing 11.
Oh yeah, that's true.
We're gonna go put me and Matt are going to bed. But we'll talk to you.
And
guys
we're starting
later.
a day late too.
And me and Mark have roundtable on top of this coming up. So
we'll make it work.
Good luck. We're gonna need help. We'll catch you next time. Bye bye.
Your turn to play bad cop?
Nah. Good cop and bad cop left for the day. I'm a different kind of cop.
I don't wanna do your dirty work no more.